3, 2, 1, go. Oh.
Ah! Hello, everybody. 3, 2, 1, go.
3, 2, 1, go.
3, 2, 1, go. High rollers. Everybody in chat. 3, 2, 1, go. High rollers. Hello. I've aged 30 million years since the last you saw me at this high mark.
You're looking pretty good.
Thank you. Only the hair ages. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's High Rollers time with me, your Dungeon Master Mark Sherlock Holmes. This week, we're joined by Donkey Kong, DK, and Kim.
Oh, me.
On the other side, we've got Blinking Tom and Katie.
Oh, blinking.
Oh, that's gonna mess you up if you do that too much.
Instant migraine.
It's one of those big energy high rollers today. Oh, I've left dice.
No,
up
it means
here.
you're going to crash hard soon.
We are going to crash hard. Okay, a couple of quick things before we jump into the episode. First and foremost, just want to remind you about Geeky Clean having the new Bath Bomb Rocks.
Don't do that!
Stop it!
It amuses me so much.
So if you like, we did a great collaboration with Geeky Clean. We did bath bombs for all of our...
What's that?
You've really huffed.
Is that way?
Did you just do what I did last week?
Is there glitter in your brain now? It might be. Try
It really hits you, dude. Like it's like you do it and then it's the second beat afterwards.
Amazing.
Try licking them.
So we did an amazing collaboration with Geeky Clean where we did dice bath bombs where you've got a bath bomb and you've got dice inside of it. These are bath bomb rocks. They're basically all the lovely scents and bath effects.
Saber-tooth tiger!
Without getting... Yeah, sorry, can you do a morph... Can all of you do a morph into... Thank you.
Wait, green.
I just licked it.
You're Tommy.
What does he...
Please don't pterodactyl in the dinosaur.
Spice leather and cedar.
Really?
Yeah, I think green is pterodactyl.
What? What are you talking about?
I think blue was stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus. Saber-tooth tiger!
Triceratops, saber-toothed tiger, technically Tyrannosaurus because it's red. Green was Tommy. He was like dragon. He was Dragonzord.
Oh,
He had the dragon.
Because he turned white.
Yeah.
He was Green Ranger, then he became the White Ranger.
Not how I
they ran out
wanted
of
it
footage.
to.
No,
They had to use the next thing.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Geeky Clean.
these basically make your bath nice, but you don't get a load of more dice. So if you want the bath bomb, but you don't want more dice because you've already got the dice, these are like a little top.
Or it's a more budget-friendly version.
Or a more budget-friendly version.
And you can use as much as you want as well. You don't have to use the entire thing.
And if you don't have a dice set yet,
Oh, yeah,
you'd
dump
like to
it.
get a nice dice set, get the bath bomb. They are going to be at MCM Comic Con, which is coming up shortly.
The end of the month, right?
It's at the end of the month, yeah. So go and check that if you'd like to go and see them. They'll have a big stand there. They're a lovely team.
Can't
I always
miss
stop
them.
by, have a little
incredible.
chat. Stand's always lovely. Go by and see those guys. Part of the lovely little UK crew that we love to work with on various projects and things like that. So go check out Geeky Clean.
And if you see them, say, hi, Steph.
There you go. Say hi, Steph. The other thing is, if you haven't seen it, on Friday, we put out a bonus stream where we played, it was me, Tom, Ree, and Trot. We played Sunderfolk, which is a brand new TTRPG-inspired kind of digital board game, adventure game.
Yeah.
We had an absolute blast. It was actually
really fun.
It was great.
Good.
One of those really lovely sponsored ones where not only are we excited about the game, but we have a great time playing it, and we get to show it to you guys as well.
Playing more of it.
Play more. Play some more.
Tom played more.
I had a great time with it. I want more.
played some more.
Yeah, baby.
Could use a bunny night in it, but just saying.
They actually asked me to email them with this, so I'm going to now have to email the devs and be
They're
like,
obviously saving
can we
it for a
add this?
huge bunny drop.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's that. Go check out Sunderfolk if you haven't. What else? Oh yes, I hope you enjoyed my appearance on Thresher. Part 2 will be coming out Thursday. So part 1 out, part 2 coming next Thursday. I hope you enjoyed it and you enjoyed my character Betty Callahan. She's a sweetie. And yeah, very, very fun to do. So go and check that one out. With that, is there anything else I need to mention this week, my friends?
Menace Fates.
Menace Fate. Oh my God, it's event 2. It's event 2 coming up very soon.
Don't stop. Now the party started. It will never stop. Take it away.
Are you going, Mark, this one as well?
I will, yes. Yeah? Well, the Guardian is needed once more.
You may not recognise him in character. He'd be so deep in the thesp.
Yes.
Menace Fates 2, I'll just...
Electric Boogaloo.
Yep.
There was so much spit over there. MF2, we're calling it now. Not M2, because it's like the motorway.
Oh, fuck 'em.
coming up really soon. First one went really, really well. So we're
Really
very
well.
excited with the second one, with all the improvements that we've made. So please come along, get a ticket. Thank you, so that we can keep doing it.
Yes.
There's a vlog on your channel as well.
There's a vlog if you want to see what it's like.
See like a little elements of it. Yeah, that's it. Pick that nose.
He's sniffing his
smelling
finger.
But yeah, it's a serious thing. If you're interested in LARP, if you're LARP curious and you'd like to come along and check it out, I think Menhirs is actually a really good one to come check out because it's brand new, it's fresh,
Shucks, thanks.
lots of new players. So if you are also new and you're like, but I'm new, I'm scared to be new. There's lots of
babby
newbies
LARPers.
around you. There's lots of
Jumping at the
babbies.
ground floor.
Yeah, 50% of people at
We
NF1 were new.
even had a brand new person join the NPC crew when I was there. It was their first time LARPing, and they came and joined the crew.
Yeah.
They had a blast.
Amazing.
They got to play a bunch of NPCs. We had a good chat about like acting and thesping and embracing your character. I basically did the Ian McKellen bit from Extras.
Or the bit where you broke down in The Hobbit.
Yeah, that's right.
Say Ian. Acting. Wizard, you shall not pass.
That's right.
Say Ian.
Exactly. I was literally doing the whole thing. But yeah, come and check that out, man. It's a good time. With that, I'm done.
Nice.
Well, you're out.
See you later.
Oh.
I guess we take control.
All right.
Reed, jump in the seat. Quick, jump in the seat. Quick.
I'm back. No. With that, we're going to jump into today's episode.
Sick nasty.
Welcome back to Altheya, the Dragon Empire. The heroes of Ashen's Rest have escaped the Proto-Magi vault known as the Prism, though perhaps not in the way they had hoped or intended. With Xantheus unconscious.
Unconscious. No, you're right. Carry on.
With Xantheus unconscious, following the
No,
events
it's unconscious.
with Vermilion, Ox, and Nine, the party travel through the Rustwell Woods, but find their progress far easier than expected. The stroke of good luck reveals itself to be a pair of former Fey beings, who are grateful for the party destroying the vault and provided them safe passage and rest. In this serene place, the party discussed recent events and the fate of their future. Lady Silvilia also used her magic to heal Squire Pascal of the madness suffered under the Gallowak. As the party continues this journey, they identify the various treasures they recovered from the vault and have many important decisions to make ahead of them. And that is where we are going to pick back up today.
Hell yeah.
I believe that we had there had been a decision made. Gruff had been offered to nature spirits to act as referred to as squires, but sort of nature spirits to accompany you, and you chose Leo, a hare spirit, who will be bound to your sanctuary once you can return to Ashen Rests. No powers or benefits until the spirit is in the sanctuary back in Ashen's Rest, basically. Yes.
Question. Can we talk to him before we get back?
This is your last chance to do
it's
so.
just fun.
As once the power is there will be a mechanical way for Leo to be summoned, but Leo will not be present all the time. This is not like this isn't Pikachu riding around on a shoulder. This is
What?
yeah. This is
I'm out.
We
Quit.
summon
Hell?
when
I quit. Bye.
yeah
God damn it.
To be honest, though, I'm kind of running out of shoulders to put animals
things on. Yeah.
I know that one's dead for now.
Just real quick, though, Ree is on the knife edge of laughing at a joke, and I need to know what it is.
No, it's my stupid spelling.
I wrote Gruff as a hair spirit in my notebook, but I wrote the wrong kind of hair.
Okay, yeah.
He's covered in hair.
I'm covered in hair. I
He's
need
very
help.
hairy.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I'm such an idiot. Gruff as a hair spirit.
But I believe we wrap things up with Xantheus identifying the last of the magic items.
Yeah, I did.
Which included a bizarre, something called a mutagenic adapter, which allows you to increase one stat at the cost of another with limited uses.
One for each stat, basically.
Yes.
Basically, yes. And they're all
Daisy's
sort of
holding
on the chain. Yeah, Daisy's currently holding it. But it's all like strength will affect intelligence and vice versa. So if you increase your intelligence, your strength goes down. If you increase your strength, your intelligence goes down. Dex and wisdom, and then con and charisma are all paired up.
Colored biro pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
And which I very much was aware of as I designed this item. I was like, they will liken it to a multicolored clicky pen,
I want
which
one
if
of
you're of a certain age in the
It did
UK,
take all of about 5 seconds.
yeah.
Still
Is
exists.
can we do the thing like you did where you try and put 2 colors down at the same time and like
Jam it.
You can certainly try.
might break it.
And then you become the thing from John Carl.
Yeah, we got a ton of loot out of this.
Yes.
vault.
Now, some of that loot, I should point out as well, is, and we've touched on this in the past, such as the necrotic wood that you guys got from the haunted tree and turned into the black heart for Percival. Some of these items are what I've called as like resources or reagents. So they might not have, you can sell them. They'll have a value if you go and find somebody who buys that sort of thing, a mage or, a trader who's interested in those kind of items. They'll have an intrinsic value. But if you wish, they may also be able to be used to turn into more customized magic items of something of your own design. Or at least I would like to take this Ifrit gauntlet and make a cool magic arm. And I'll be like, cool, we can come up with a cool thing. It will do some sort of fire spell or give you some sort of firepower.
There's also an essence as well, right? To infuse something, wasn't it?
Yes, so that's basically what some of these things are. So, for example, the Ifrit Gauntlet is a magic fire essence item, basically. And what that means is you can design a magic item that has some sort of fire-based property.
I see.
And you can use that as the key component for that item, basically. Or you can just sell it. That's always an option as well. Now, some of these reagents, like the Luxin shards that we found for Daisy, Luxin is a very rare material from the Celestial realms, from the Lucent Peaks, and it is normally used by Celestial smiths and siege engine designers and mages in their stuff. You will need to find somebody who is knowledgeable of that art or that craft in order to use it in that way. So some of them might have prerequisites and requirements to use.
Okay. Neat.
But we do find ourselves in another one of these serene groves as you are resting for the second night. Perhaps only a few more hours, travel through the Rustwell Woods and you will be back at Colville, the village that you left from many days ago now, like nearly a week ago, as the amount of journeying you've been doing throughout the Rustwell Woods. But you do have one more sort of evening, if you will, in this very serene, very protected, very clearly you are safe here. None of the dangers of the Rustwell Woods, none of the foreign creatures or monsters that you've all heard of will threaten you in this place. Whatever magic Lady Silvilia and Sir Vulpe offer seems to be a pretty powerful enough protection to ensure that you have good rest. With plenty of natural food, you don't need to worry about rations or anything in this place either.
Fit?
Yes, that's the thing we roll.
Yes.
I get so wrapped up in my narrative description.
Okay. Watch this draw.
Who starts off?
I rolled a 1.
Ooh, dice
A dice for you.
Another dice for me, a 2 from Katie.
Uno.
Ooh, no. Another dice for
no.
me.
I got a 5.
Cinco. Oh,
Quattro.
Quattro. And then for moi.
We're even Stevens.
I think this is exactly the same as last time.
No.
No, it was tipped way
It
worse.
was very.
It was 2.
It did eventually. I think it started off this way.
The last
and
time
then-
I meant was the last time that this exact thing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom's
Of
right.
course, yeah.
Tom's right.
So,
Of course.
But yeah, so this is an opportunity if there is anything you would like to discuss or do or... any sort
At
of
some point,
events.
Rowan is going to unsubtly say to everyone but Xantheus,
How unsubtle.
I think we should speak to Xantheus about what we discussed while he was unconscious.
Xantheus, hi. Rowan wants to speak.
Hi. I heard.
Xantheus.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you hear that?
While I was unconscious, you had a conversation. Do I need to make it? When do you actually start this conversation? Am I right?
You know what?
there?
I'm leaving this one in you guys'
we
hands.
role-playing?
Like I'm the.
You'll be role playing right now.
Role playing.
Okay.
I was joking. But yeah.
I think it's funny if.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right here, Rowan. You had a conversation while I was unconscious.
Because we were worried about you.
Yeah, we were worried.
You were very
a conversation
unconscious,
about
Xantheus.
me.
Yes.
Yeah, you were. Lots of things happened, okay?
Well, I heard. I
Yeah.
spoke to Gruff a little bit about what happened in the vault, and
It was scary.
it was scary for me too. I
know.
thought I was going to, die.
Snuff it. Yeah.
Yes, snuff it. I suppose is
The
not.
unalived.
I thought I unalived.
Be life adjacent.
Yeah, I thought I dead DXXD'd.
I thought I'd.
Underscore.
Sorry, is this another new term?
It's
by the...
a relatively new term. I'm not sure I'm on board with it.
Okay. I'll add it to my list.
Okay. Add yeet and dab on there too.
Oh, okay, I'll write
While you're
that
at it, Skibbity my Sigma Rizzlord.
Tom. First warning. First warning.
down. Well, you're going to get put in time out.
But also you need to get up on the lingo, Grandad.
That is not my first warning.
It's your first warning first
Today.
It's like my fifth.
Yeah.
I don't know about today, though, actually.
Yeah,
You
it's,
almost got killed because you said it so much. Actually,
I watched that clip a lot.
Yeah.
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 It wasn't a one shot. It's fine.
Well,
Yeah,
this
but the list
this
that
isn't
you
a
came
one
up
I
shot.
wouldn't go to Xantheus.
He's already messed up as it is.
Would be pretty funny if the wiki said dead to Riz though.
No.
Crispy will never write that.
Yeah. Crispy will just close down the page for Xantheus.
Okay. Sorry, what were we talking about?
You almost died.
I don't know
About you and
Yes, yeah, I
So just take a minute.
Gruff caught me up on some of the things that happened. What do you want me to say? I think I know basically everything that occurred. I know about obviously poor Percival saving us from, escaping that place. The entire thing collapsing. A big white light came from me.
Yeah, that bit. We're worried.
If it helps, I don't know what that was.
That doesn't help.
Well, no, it doesn't. I know, but
But I want to make it clear
okay.
that we're all here for you, Xantheus. Don't assume that this situation where we almost didn't make it out because of a big blinding light that came from yourself is going to drive us away.
Okay,
We just want to come up with a new plan.
a new plan. I mean,
Because
we
need
can.
to do that, and then also, I'm just gonna do okay, Xantheus. I'm gonna give him a hug.
Okay, I'm.
Yeah, hug time.
Oh no! Okay, all of us, everyone's in. Great.
I'd cast my large.
Does everyone get in on that?
I don't know. Does everyone get in on that?
I guess so, if we're all going in.
Every time this happens, Gruff does join in, but he's very like
Very reluctant.
Just a pat.
pat. A manly pat.
Does Ophelia? I think Ophelia was the
Probably
one.
That's the
mostly.
main reason.
Well,
I'm
that's the
asking.
thing is like Ophelia in the past has expressed perhaps a little bit of worry and not maybe fear, but there's definitely perhaps she's not as loving as easily understanding as Rowan and Daisy appear to be.
Yeah, it's probably mostly Daisy and Rowan. But
I'll be honest, Xantheus, I am a little apprehensive.
I'm like trying to lean through Daisy's hair
I
and
just want to make my feelings clear that what happened back there was terrifying. And
Oh, it
this
was
isn't the
terrifying
first
for me
time
too.
you've scared me.
When was the last time? I probably know when it was.
During the Reclaimers situation.
Oh no, that makes sense.
I know it's not your fault, and I know it's not something you can control, but Xantheus, I'm terrified. What if we're in the middle of a village or something and it goes off? You know, by association, knowing that something like that could happen, it could start a war between Osseous and Ilmera.
Does Obsidius know?
I don't.
He has the thing. The thing.
He might do. There was no the snake thing that he put on me, the charm. That was invisible, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, invisible to the naked eye.
I feel like we should stop hugging him now. It's kind of
Yeah, it's
a bit awkward now.
trying to have a conversation.
Sorry.
Well, no, because I imagine Daisy only comes up to about here on Xantheus, and then Rowan's too big, so you're
just all
like
hair,
ahead
though.
in the middle.
Yeah.
And I'm just
It's
passing.
like a totem pole.
I just want to be honest. I don't want to say that everything's going to be okay because we're all together. Like, there might be a situation where it might not be okay. And I think learning to perhaps find a way of controlling this might be more important at the minute than trying to figure out how we solve it.
Daisy, you would hear in your head Nim's voice. It is rare that I agree with the follower of the Grave Father, but I do agree with Sister Ophelia. But whatever this was, whatever that power was, there was something divine about it. But this power, if it is unchecked, could be dangerous.
What kind of a person would we need to see to work out what it is? If it's divine?
If what happened was from Xantheus and this crown steel, and occurred when a creature of that nature tried to take it out, I'm not really sure who or what could remove it.
Is there anyone we should avoid going to see? I don't think Obsidius is going to be very understanding, and I don't know. I don't think the Fae are ones to approach, and those are the most powerful people that we know right now.
I think whatever is the case, I don't think there will be an easy answer, or certainly not a quick one. It will likely take research, but so much of my knowledge is limited. I do not know much beyond what my role in the war was. But if there is a place to find it, it will be here. The material plane is where the essences of all the realms gather. If there is a solution, it will either be here or in the hands of one of the greater planar powers.
Daisy will just go, research!
What do you mean research?
We should research.
We've been researching. This is all research.
Yeah, but it's new, though. It's new. Because that's not happened before, so there's a new thing.
There is one idea. And for the first time in a long time, Daisy, you get the sense that Nim doesn't want to tell you the answer. Almost like a subconscious thought. They think it without realizing what they're saying, and then they stop. They stop themselves.
Who is it? 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 You can't go quiet.
Daisy,
That's
you're
weird.
really intense right now.
Daisy,
You're squeezing
you've
very
got a
tight.
serious
Daisy.
grip going on.
Yeah, this is a lot.
Focusing. Research.
Oh, I think it's Nim.
There was something of the celestial in that light, but it was not of my realm. It was something different. There is only one creature. There is only one power I can think of that would be greater than a proto-magi's construct, servant. The planar powers themselves. The leaders of the celestial legions. The Grave Father, the former or current ruling king and queen of the Feywield. Perhaps one of the primordial dukes or duchesses. But they would, Peaks, forgive me. Hellion throne. A being of that age and power, perhaps.
Oh, that sounds kind of terrifying. I don't really want to go that route, but you know. Okay.
You want to know what I think, Xantheus?
What?
I think you instinctively called upon your powers to destroy evil.
You think the light was from me? Or from the...
You were attacked,
Yes,
in a manner of speaking,
I suppose.
and you defended yourself.
I mean, it stopped itself from being taken from me, which is definitely something I wanted to happen.
None of us got harmed.
True. What was that?
There's a lot of people around us.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
In Xantheus's head, you hear it. Is this thing on? Hello? Hello?
What is it, Gruff?
Oh yeah, you still got the.
I say out loud.
Maybe not out loud, lad. Just something you mentioned yesterday. Are you okay if we bring up this figure you saw in a vision or something? You mentioned it yesterday.
I'm now doing the same concentration face that Daisy does.
I'm waving a hand in front of his face.
Hang on.
Just nod. Or shake your head.
Nod. I nod.
Does he say nod?
But-
Nod!
And then I'll say back, but not now. I'm like looking around. There's probably like a camp full of crowd.
I mean, all the woodsmen, the farmers, Sister Valessa and Therival are all sort of around. And they're like, you can tell that they're trying not to listen in, but it's kind of hard. So they're like, oh, mighty well, what a lovely berry, yum yum. Like they're awkwardly trying to like
Looping
talk amongst
animations.
themselves. Gruff, you and Daisy would definitely pick up, like, you don't think this is like intentional spying, but you can see that, like, as you're all talking amongst yourselves, like, Sister Valessa is definitely like listening. Like she's hearing everything. I'm not saying anything, but like she's kind of, you know, just, you can see that like look of somebody who's taking it in.
We are so bad at this.
When have we ever been good
Remember
at
in Ashen's Rest when we just decided to have a conversation in like a village green when everyone was walking around and we were like, crown steel, blah blah blah.
Did you
I know
ever
it's
in
a
the middle of
separate
tournament.
Yeah,
Oh my god, when we go back, is Xantheus' face going to be on the catwalk in a paper?
Not wanted.
Desire. Say pray. Hell yeah.
I have notes about certain things. I will say, just on that, and I know it's separate to this, my favorite instance of that is actually in the Warhammer game where we played, where you guys openly talked about a very illegal tendency in front of a little halfling tour guide who was like, cool, I'm in the scheme now, give me my cup. And it was just, and you guys were like, fuck!
Didn't we just also turn to her and be like, we could just kill you?
Yeah, she was like, you could. But if I get away, you're in fucking trouble. It's just very funny to me. Anyway, going back to the moment.
We're very special.
I think your crown steel
Sure. Let's.
is
Okay.
defending you.
Are you
And
sure it's not
necessarily.
imprisoning?
What do you mean?
Do I get a sense that it was the crown steel or if it was Xantheus from Nim? Does Nim get a sense that it was the crown steel itself or was it the power from Xantheus?
I'm going to have you roll a d20
Okay.
for Nim's arcana roll to see if Nim would know.
Do you know his arcana?
Natural 20?
This story, man.
I know! All the things!
Hell yeah.
Nim, you sort of ask that question. And Nim, who's really just this non-binary kind of presence in your body, but you've had moments where you've seen like flashes of memories, Nim's memories. And for a minute, Daisy, like your vision just goes white to that blinding white that you saw in the Proto-Magi Vault. It cuts back to it. This was a nat 20.
I mean, it was, yeah.
You see.
Do you need to whisper something to me or something? Or do you want to give it to me?
That would be better. I think actually
Do you wanna write
everybody.
that?
No, I think everybody but Katie leave.
Damn it! Why did you say that?
Yeah, no, Tom. Tom doesn't know this. Xantheus
I
doesn't
don't know.
this.
I don't know. I blanked out.
All right.
Or do you
All
wanna-
right.
okay.
Just go out there for a
Damn
second
it.
and plug your ears.
All right. Remember, tap.
I'll shout really loud.
Don't do
No,
that.
it's my voice that pierces through everything.
We'll be back in a minute.
See ya.
Be back in a minute. Plug your ears.
Hello.
Hello. That's a good time, natural 20. What happens is you and Nim sort of flashes back to that moment, and everything around you stops, and you are pulled back into that memory. This mental bond, whatever it is that allows Nim and you to connect to the minds of the others around you, is turned inward now. And now that symbiotic spirit within you and your mind link together. And it's like you're back in that moment, in a frozen second of time. And you see the vault, you see Vermilion Oxenine up on the platform, you see Xantheus' body hovered in front of them as the surgery. Seeing this back from your perspective, you see Gruff and Rowan and all the others around you all frozen. And then that light begins to glow from Xantheus. And it becomes brighter and brighter, but Nim, being a creature of celestial light, sees more than you could. And she sees, as Xantheus' body, as he's laying there in pain, as this thing is being pulled from him, you, and you alone, see Xantheus' eyes open. And they are not Xantheus' eyes. They are gold and black and red. And something from elsewhere is pulled into him. The crown still glows, and his body snaps and grabs Vermilion Oxennine's tendrils, rips them up, holds them up, all in this blinding moment, and then you just see he raises his hand and blasts him away. And you see a broken crown of light around his head. And then the body relaxes and goes, and as if the power suddenly drained out of him, and Xantheus collapses to the floor.
So it looked like something else was in
Nim will say to you, that celestial presence that I felt, it is something that is spoken of. And I know of your history, that of Sovereign. Sovereign came to the Celestial Legions, to the heads of our Celestial Legion, and they trained Sovereign. They gave Sovereign power, and they gave him a gift. They gave him wings of light. Sovereign carried celestial power in him, and I don't think that was Xantheus that did that. I think for a second, Sovereign possessed his body and used his own power to destroy that Proto-Magi. Sovereign didn't want it to take the crown still from him.
Okay, that's crazy.
And with that, you come back, and that's what Nim has. That's your natural 20. Okay, you guys are good?
That's
Have you been fighting out there?
We did a couple of fights.
Still fighting.
I could hear some shuffling around going on out
They were
there.
kicking each other.
We were out there just like right into each other.
All of you, yeah.
It was awful.
You all see Daisy do that thing where, like, Daisy's talking to Nim. It's, like, internal and just completely oblivious to what's
I
happening.
think Daisy's probably like pacing, like just beside the group. She's not like interacting with the group. She's just in her own little pacing world, and then she just stops.
Wait, Gruff, if Daisy's in a conversation with Nim right now, how are you talking to me?
You hear in your mind, oh, this little thing they put on my chest.
Oh, you're using that? Okay, good. Okay, cool. That's fine. That's great.
It's quite fun, actually.
I just don't like when
Okay,
people
what's
use things that are in their chest.
I don't know, but it seems.
Like everyone's phased out right
Yeah, I
now.
think they're all thinking really hard about something.
And I'm still hugging Xantheus.
Yeah, I really wish you'd let me go.
Oh, right, you
It's
can
getting
speak.
weirdly sweaty in
What's
here.
happening?
Sorry, Gruff was using the Gruff's thing to speak to me in my head.
This little
Are
thing
you
here.
sure you should be using that?
Probably not, but, at my age.
And then
I mean, what's the worst? I mean, can you speak to? There's no one to speak to, right?
In my mind, using the device. Hey, Vermilion Orcs, or whatever your name was, you still here?
There is silence.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing.
Just like a dial-up tone, or like static, or
What's the dial-up tone?
I don't know. I don't know why I say these things.
But yeah, no, all the item still functions. You are still vulnerable to psychic damage. You still have access to those cantrips, but
yeah.
there is no greater connection to it.
Let me tell you, you stopping that fight was so good because I was really worried about Vermilion Orcs and Thingamajiggy just blasting Gruff
Oh, yeah.
with
He had
psychic.
a
Yeah.
big
Because
psychic
all
attack.
he was psychic damage, and I'm just there being like, hey, I'm vulnerable, and I'm also right in front of you. Hi.
Yeah.
So thank you.
So anyway,
you're welcome.
My brain was going to dribble out my ears.
That's really
Wish
cool.
that were me.
Daisy's quiet. She's just not saying anything
okay.
anymore.
But
She's
Altheya,
just not going near Xantheus as well.
Just to pick up on what you said before, I'm sorry that I'm scaring you.
No,
but
don't apologise. This isn't about you. It's about the crown steel.
well, yes, but you being scared, it's a good thing. If something like that happens again, I think I can trust in you to do the right thing.
What do you mean by that?
You're talking about a war between Arceus and Elmera. That war only happens if you declare it. You don't have to do that if I'm not a problem anymore.
Do not suggest what I think you're suggesting, Xantheus.
If
No.
it goes too far, it's
No.
only natural it'll happen, right? I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just saying
You can't put that on me.
I'm not putting on specifically you. If you're scared,
If
be
I'm scared,
scared.
I will just run away. I wouldn't hurt you. I know you want to fix this, and I know you want to solve this. I'm not going to let anything happen to you before that becomes a reality.
But what if the Xantheus you know is no longer the Xantheus that's there?
I'm hoping it won't get to that point.
I'm just hoping that some preparations are put in place for if it gets to that point. Not specifically by you. I'm just saying being scared is a good thing. I don't want this to get worse and worse and for people to accept that this is just normal now. It was tough for us to accept that you drink human blood. But we do. But it goes no further than that. I hope. But if things get worse, react to it, is what I'm saying.
If the Proto-Magi couldn't destroy that Xantheus, what plan can we put in place that would? We're not powerful beings. We're just us. We do need a plan. We do.
Yes, I'm putting a lot of stock into the idea that there is an alternative somewhere out there. But I don't know what it is. I didn't know what it was 2 months ago, and then we had a slither of an idea, and it led us to the vault. Maybe something new will come up again. Maybe, hoping that something else comes up.
Yeah, the vault sucked.
The vault was
honestly,
awful.
and we've got. There's so many things we could try. This is just the first one, you know.
The second, yes, but
if you would like a little bit of world knowledge that might sort of help guide certain things, all of you from Ilmera, so everyone but Ophelia, you would know that the bronze dragons are sort of masters of arcane magic, and they have many magic schools and wizards and scholars who live in the Suncrest Isles, who are very knowledgeable about magical related things. You also know that Kelskaris, being the sort of melting pot, the capital of the empire, will have many talented and powerful individuals there as well. Those are the kind of places. If you would like something more esoteric as a solution, the silver dragons are actually known as great oracles and prophets of the future. It could be that seeking their aid might be able to lead you in a direction, asking one of the great silver dragon oracles, how do we fix this?
It's my dragon.
They may be able to do that. Likewise, as I said, like the Suncrest Isles might have a scholar who knows more about these kinds of things, or a powerful mage who may be able to help. And then you know that in Kelskaris there is a society of people who study the vaults, who may be able to know more. There may also be other elements, perhaps more criminal elements, who know about crown steel. It is an illegal substance. If anybody's going to know how to acquire it and what to do with it and everything else.
Dead.
I say nothing.
And bronze dragons.
Yes.
Where are they?
The Suncrest Isles,
Isles.
which is south of Cauldra, basically. It's on the coast. In fact, I believe Gruff already has a sort of destination in mind in Suncrest Isles as well.
Wave meat.
Yes.
Yes.
So there are places still to explore and seek answers from.
I guess that's where Rowan's optimism comes from.
Yeah.
But we've only really spoken to like 3 people. This is probably somewhat of a, not retcon as such, but a go back in time.
Yeah.
I probably would have inspected the crown steel sometime between now and when we left the vault. Is there anything odd about it? I think you said that
there's a
other
very
people saw it glow.
slight glow.
Arms come up.
The arms come up, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a faint glow. The runes that are holding it in place, are they any different, or do they look more vivid, or do they look broken?
No, they don't look broken. Not right now. They look like they are, like they always have. If anything, your runes are stronger as your magic, and that's really more a representation of as you are growing in level, your magic is growing. Your runes are doing a good job of containing it, and there's more of them. They're more complex. But you don't feel any sort of strain. You don't feel that they're bold. They're not breaking or bending against.
Yeah, they haven't done like an emergency, like, oh, it's been broken once before. Let's double layer, double glaze this thing.
But there is a glow. Those gold veins that run through the crown steel have this light about them that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
The bronze dragons.
Yes.
Were they helping Cauldra with the fight against Galvassar?
So across the Empire during the Oriat insurrection, the fight against Galvassar, lots of dragons from different provinces joined Galvassar. There were a couple who just absolutely didn't. Mistwald didn't. The Green Dragons just didn't. Most of the Silver Dragons didn't. Maybe 1 or 2 did. But generally from all of the other provinces, even a Red Dragon also joined Galvassar. Like there was a Red Dragon who joined Galvassar and was corrupted. They were the Draconic Lord far to the south near Emberford. But some of the Bronze Dragons did, yes. Bronze Dragons are masters of arcane knowledge. They're very powerful in arcane magic. And obviously, Crown Steel, it enhances magic. Some of them were lured to that growth of power, right? But not all were. There was no, even in Gildai, even in the Gold Dragon province, not all the Gold Dragons joined Galvassar. It was a proper kind of, there were exiled Gold Dragons who fled Gildai because they didn't join Galvassar and he was going to kill them. So they fled and joined the Empress, and they are now the Gold Dragons who now rule Gildai.
It was also like the Green Dragons were particularly resistant to it as well.
That because they're resistant to the lure of it, because their ambition is more about, their ambition is all dedicated to protecting life. So really Karen still didn't have much of a sway over them. So none of them joined
They're
Galvasar.
also probably less likely to know how to do anything about crowns.
No, true, but yeah.
But
Very powerful healers, but yes.
I think Rowan pondering this law.
Well, for Rowan specifically, there's a completely other alien option. The Giants. The Giants of your people, of the Jotnir, like that you are descended from, they live on an isle far away from the Draconic Empire. They are relatively separate. They were once enemies of the Dragon Empire, but then became allies in time. They actually helped fight back against Galvasar. And they had runic magic that could slay dragons, that is very powerful and is kind of their own thing. Like, Giants' magic is kind of separate to the magic that's taught in the Dragon Empire. So there is also, you know, as a complete Hail Mary, maybe a giant will know, or a giant may be able to help, like in the Isle of Giants.
All right, everyone sit down.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Have a little seat.
Okay.
There
Let's
isn't really
think
much to
this
sit on there.
through, okay?
Okay.
Let's think. We have to do something about this.
Sure.
So, what's the best thing we can do? Given our...
Not talk about it in front of other people.
Oh,
Yeah, we could take a seat.
my voice
somewhere.
carries so much.
It really does. Even when you cover your ears, it pierces right through. I don't know what it is.
Daisy, can you do one of those things in our heads?
It doesn't include all of us.
What?
So.
Valessa, I'm looking at Xantheus.
Yes?
Damn it.
What were you
Oh,
trying
did you need something?
This was my normal talking voice.
Oh, okay, no, okay.
Sorry, Valessa.
That is all right.
We're just talking about you.
Yes, I gathered.
Let's just...
Sort of waves to you.
Maybe we should just not talk about anything until we are just alone at home or something.
Or we could use your...
I can't include everyone, Rowan.
Oh, well, that's fine. I'll stay out.
We just go
But then
find
how
somewhere-
do we know your idea?
You're the one with the idea.
How?
I don't think Chris Trott realised that.
Where did that straw end and Rowan begin?
Yeah, very blurred line.
A rare Chris Trott 8 intelligence.
No, as we've established, Chris Trott is Taravangian. Sometimes he has a 6 intelligence, sometimes he has
You're
a
on a
20
Taravangian
intelligence.
line.
Yeah.
What a load today.
Okay.
All right, well, I've got some ideas.
We could just move further away.
We should just talk about it at home.
Okay.
You can literally go home. Like, you can go to Colville, do the stuff you need to, go to Ashen's Rest, and then you're in your own inn where you're nice and private.
I think we should listen to Daisy.
Someone's listening to me?
Well,
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, we should go home.
Okay, yeah, we could just...
We're
yeah.
very out in the open, and no matter where we go, there's going to be something, and someone might hear, and I think we should just wait.
Let's accompany everyone back to Colville, make sure they're all safe, then take Squire Pascal back to Ashen's Rest, and then we have...
Sister Valessa will come over to the group.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, she heard
And
it.
she'll sort of sit down.
So pretty.
And she'll be like, I do want to just let you all know that, unfortunately, being a priestess of the Mother of Secrets, I am used to listening into things.
Right. The Mother of
But-
Secrets.
Secrets are very sacred to the teachings of Melir. Anything I have heard, and Theruval as well. Theruval is delicate. It is between
And this
me.
one and this person and this person.
The others,
one
I would say
thing.
like the normal commoners do not want to know what you guys are doing. They're like la 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 la. We don't want to hear it.
Take care of stuff.
But these two definitely, and she would just say, what has been said and what I have overheard is between me and the moon, between me and my goddess. It will not reach any lips beyond that. It is very sacred to keep those secrets. What Melia chooses to do with those secrets, I cannot say.
Thank you. It was very reassuring.
Just want to let you know that, as I can see that there is some concern.
There's a little bit of concern.
A heckin' concern.
Oh,
So did you introduce yourself as the Mother of Secrets, or... Because I was unconscious at the time.
My goddess Melia, she is known as the Mother
I
of
see,
Secrets.
okay.
We knew that.
We did know that.
I was unconscious when.
No, we.
No, is it
we
like
knew
that's
that in
whoa?
World
Oh, right, I
War.
see. Yeah.
Okay, remember because I think actually no, Xantheus didn't go to the service up at the cathedral. Bright
I
Shadow
did. I
Cathedral.
burned a.
Oh, there you go. So you would know that.
I think you actually have
do.
the slip that I burned.
I do.
So Mailer already knows.
You didn't go. That's right. Yeah. So
You can't get my secrets!
If that's what I wrote.
Maybe we should all just have some food and
Have some food.
we should go
What is happening?
the vault has been.
Volume control, Daisy.
Sorry.
Volume. Inner voice. Inside voice.
We'll go home.
I just want to go home.
Let's sleep and go home.
Go to
Like a
Colville.
bed to sleep on.
This moss though is pretty comfy.
I quite like it, actually.
sleep does wonders for the mind. I will leave you to your business. And she'll sort of like she'll go. I think like, but she definitely turns and like nods at you all and smiles and then makes her way back over to Theraval. And you can see she goes into prayer. Like she brings out her holy symbol and starts praying.
We go to sleep now.
Sure. Yeah, you guys can have a long rest. Yes.
Quizquaz.
Quizquaz.
How close are we to the Galawax Lair from here?
2 days from Colville. You remember it was 2 days travel north of Colville to get to the Galawax Lair.
Strange question.
You know what had loads of bones, Ree? The whole area in front of the vault.
They got to be the right.
Okay.
It's got to be the right bone.
I was just thinking that the other day. I was like, you know where I had loads of bones? Literally the area we popped out in.
Yeah, that's very true.
But yes, it'll be 2 days north of Colville.
2 days from. Okay, cool.
Unless I would say you could. Lady Silvilia and Sir Volpes are present in this space. You could, if they are powerful enough to grant you safe passage between here and thingy, you could ask them about, could you take us closer to this place? Like, you know, there's
them
Fae
for
are
a
known to like
favour.
shorten the distance between places, but you would need to ask a small favor. From the Fae, enemy of the Gravefather.
You're the person that
Not the
You get a
Fae.
nice little ribbon. It doesn't come off.
No, the Trixie secrets. They can't be trusted.
Too fickle.
Yes, too fickle.
Would make it easier though.
It would make it easier.
Otherwise, I assume you guys take a long rest.
Have a pondering sleep.
Sure.
Daisy's going to put her blanket. She's just going to be sitting cross-legged on the floor. And she's going to put the blanket over her completely.
So like bundled up.
Yeah, just like a tent.
Okay.
She's just made herself a little one-person tent. And then she's going to connect in her mind to Gruff.
Oh, well.
Just Gruff.
Okay.
I was going to come over and talk to you anyway.
Gruff.
Should we leave?
No.
Hello,
Leave
Daisy.
again.
I could leave again. Yeah, okay.
Hello, Daisy. Is anyone else on this?
No,
Rowan?
just you. Just you. Nim might have noticed some stuff about the thing in the vault and the light and the stuff and so yeah.
Okay, is Nim in the room with us now?
Nim's always in the room.
Right, okay.
Would you like me to speak to Graf?
Maybe, but I'm having a conflicted time, Gruff, because I know some things, but I don't know if I should go straight to Xantheus with it. I don't know if I should tell you. I don't know if I should tell everyone except Xantheus. I don't know if I should just go and tell
Right, deep
Xantheus and only
breath.
Xantheus, and I'm having a really bad day.
Deep breath. Slow it down.
Natural 20.
What have you done, dude?
Slow it down.
There's some stuff, and it's really powerful, and it's worse than I thought, and it's worse than everyone thought, and I don't know what to do. But maybe we should just go home, and maybe we should talk about it as a group. Do I talk about it as a group, or do I tell you now? Should I talk about it as a group, or should I talk to Gruff now?
I think you should tell Graf.
Tell Gruff!
And then at least Graf can help you make the decision. I cannot help you make this decision.
I just love the idea that we're having this conversation like across the campfire and just you.
I'm under a blanket. You cannot see my face at all.
I just love the idea that Daisy just did that incredible turn that you just did to me with the crazy eyes,
That's what's being done under the blanket.
like dramatic gopher.
Like we as the audience get a cut of inside the blanket, like with a almost not a flashlight, but the dagger with light like a flashlight.
That's pretty much what's happening. She just got
Also,
the dagger
I
and
see
she's
the head
sitting-
turn. I see the head turn under the blanket.
Right, are you looking at me right now?
I think so. I don't know.
Right, okay. Daisy,
Hello.
in your own words, what happened?
Do I tell him while these people are at the table, or do I not?
I'm happy to.
It's your
You can
choice.
step out. We can step out if,
Yeah.
if it'll make things
For sure.
easier.
I really want to know, however, if it's still like your thing that you know. It would be cool
Yeah.
if Gruff knows. It makes sense that we don't.
I think so, because I
Sure.
think the conflict that Daisy's having.
They don't need
time
any. They
again.
just want to go get Kit Kats.
Can you get me a Kit Kat when you guys come back in?
We're not sponsored.
Easiest stream of my life.
When you come back in, bring me in a Kit Kat.
Don't have to put my loops on.
Well,
him a
this
few
is
seconds.
the.
No fighting!
They're gonna fight.
Well, see, this is a conflict. It's because Daisy, on her own, is freaking out because she's like, I have this information. I don't know whether to go to Xantheus with it. I don't know whether to tell someone, but she needs to tell someone. And
Yeah.
Gruff is the responsible
Yeah.
adult in the room.
Yeah.
Don't know
So,
how that happened.
yeah, basically.
Nim is encouraging you to tell Gruff.
Nim, can you tell Gruff I'm just gonna hyperventilate for a while? You tell it better. I don't really understand. There's a lot going on.
First
Gruff.
time you've heard Nim?
Yeah, maybe. I think so.
I think so.
Oh, maybe you've heard Nim very briefly,
Very briefly.
but not in depth.
You get the sense of another presence joining your mind. This one far older than Daisy, and reminds you of a warrior, of a tracker, of somebody who, like you, has spent time in harsh places, carries themselves with a weight that Daisy does not, as this other presence fills your mind. There was a moment. I am from the Lucent Peaks. I am a celestial. And the light that blinded you all, it was celestial in nature, part of it at least. And that allowed me to see an outline of something. As that creature, the servant of the Proto-Magi, attempted to take the crown steel from Xantheus' chest, another power filled Xantheus from not here. His eyes turned black, red, and gold, and his demeanor changed. It was no longer Xantheus, and he pulled the creature's claws away from his body, and with his other hand, he stretched it out, and that is what destroyed Oxenine and the vault. There was a broken crown of light surrounding his head. As I told Daisy, Sovereign was a power. It visited all of the planar realms, and the Celestials, my commanders, the commanders of the Celestial Legion, they trained Sovereign. They gave Sovereign wings of light as a gift, something that not all of the planar realms did. Sovereign bears celestial power within them. I think it was a part of Sovereign itself that took over Xantheus and did that through the ground steel.
You see, that just makes it really, 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 really scary, Gruff, and I don't really know what to do about it.
That light did remind me of the bright storm.
So it's kind of worse than we thought, and I don't know if dragons of any color in the world are gonna help, because that's a lot.
Daisy, I'm going to ask Nim a question, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nim, do you know of what forms Sovereign may take?
No, you must realize, Sir Gruffith, I was a soldier, a low-ranking soldier at that, and when Sovereign was touring the planes, when Sovereign came to this place to build the material plane, I was fighting in endless wars against the Twin Pits, against the Fae, against the Greylands. I was sent to whatever field of battle my commanders sent me to. I know very little about Sovereign, more beyond what I've told you now. Your gods, Pyrrhus, Malia, Altheya, they would know more than I.
So I feel like we have a bit of research that we need to do, but I don't know whether I should tell Xantheus this, or if I should tell Rowan, or I should tell Altheya. I don't know what the next step is, but that...
I suspect that Xantheus knows. Maybe not directly.
He doesn't seem to know if it was him or the crown steal.
I think he knows something in his heart of hearts.
Do we talk to him? Do we tell the others? Do we have a big... let's go home and have a big conversation in the inn?
I think that's what it's going to have to be, because we cannot talk about this on the road.
Nope.
Can you give me a religion roll, please, Gruff? You have fate.
I will fate.
Okay.
Religion.
Yes.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
19 total. Not the full amount, but I'll give you some. It would be very unlikely, in all the stories that you've been taught and the things that you know from the church, for a being like Sovereign, a god, a true god, it couldn't have been all of it. It would have been a fraction, a splinter of Sovereign's power that maybe, like a cleric almost, like channels a brief moment of their deity. Perhaps not in this case with Xantheus. From what Nim's describing, it doesn't sound like it was a conscious decision, but that crown still gave a connection for a sliver of that power to enter and then temporarily. And it may be what caused Xantheus to go to become unconscious for so long was the effort that it required to, that maybe damaged him to do that, basically.
So I think, just Kim to Mark, what I was thinking of was Xantheus mentioning that he saw a cloaked figure.
Yeah.
So he asked Nim that because he's like, was that an avatar of Sovereign visiting him? Like, you know.
Fortunately, Nim wouldn't know on that.
Yeah,
And I think
yeah,
that with
yeah,
that, also, you wouldn't necessarily know. But I mean, the gods do appear in visages, in dreams, in visions. Pyrrhus and Malia, I mean, Valessa. Malia appeared to the Nalinari and made a bargain with their whole race, their whole species, and was like, I will undo this curse if you become my followers, if you become my worshippers and my worshippers only. And she, the goddess, came down and appeared before them. Now, Sovereign, if Sovereign's trapped up in the crown, probably can't do that.
Yeah.
But maybe something about the crown still...
Can help him manifest.
Use it as a vessel or something, yeah.
Connection.
Oh, bloody hell. I think, now Daisy, I'm gonna need you to be brave, okay?
I'm really brave.
We will talk to everyone about this.
I feel like 10 times better now that you know, because I knew for 10 minutes and I nearly exploded.
I need you to be brave for Xantheus.
I am. I want to fix it. I want to fix it all. But I want to find the best way to go about it, because if we go researching the wrong thing, then it's pointless. Because we know stuff now that we didn't know 10 minutes ago.
Daisy, you've done a really good thing here. Nim, thank you. What you've done is invaluable.
It was my duty to be on watch. I remain on watch to this day.
And Nim, I meant what I said when Daisy first introduced you to us. You saved her when a child needed saving.
If it had been my choice, Sir Gruffith, I would not have made the bond so young. But she needed me and I needed her. I would have lost myself had it not been the case.
Well, for that, you'll forever have my thanks and my gratitude.
And you all, and Daisy and you all will have my protection.
Thank you, Gruff. Thank you, Nim. I'm just gonna stay under the blanket and
You'll be
everything.
all right, little one.
I'll cancel the thing if you want, and you can go to sleep. But I feel better now that someone else knows, because it's not just on me, and we'll fix it. It's fine.
A burden shared is a burden halved.
Exactly. I like this one.
Yeah, they're good.
Are you guys good to bring them?
Children!
Yeah, I can hear them fighting
they're
out there.
Fighting.
Come in!
We're good.
What were you
I can
doing?
hear were you scooting around on the carpet?
did a little bit.
I imagined you guys like puppy or like kids like scooting your butts.
We got bored.
You scooted on your butt, didn't you?
It's hard to know how much noise you're making when your ears are covered. Oh my god, my ears are actually
Okay.
numb.
My little ear things are hurting.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It is a sweaty.
It's a long one.
That's okay.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure that all went just fine.
I'm using the red pen.
Oh, that's the important pen.
Uh-oh.
Big pen. The red pen means stuff to cut out of the episode.
Redacted.
So yeah, you resume conversation.
Well, we're good.
Yeah.
Rowan's going to sleep.
Sure.
So
Okay.
we
Everyone
dug
go to
out-
bed.
We were all bedding up.
You know, like a massage table.
Yes. The hole
Where you've
in
got
it.
the face hole.
Yeah.
Rowan digs out a face hole out of the moss and then just sleeps face down.
Right, the only problem there is then you've still got your face in a hole in the ground. There's nothing below you. The thing with a massage table is you have air underneath you. You can breathe.
He's fucking dead.
He suffocates in
up.
moss.
It drills like a U-bend hole for air.
No, I just wake up
Sure.
every now and again.
Daisy's gonna
Sleep
just tip on her side and then roll the rest of the blanket and sort of half burrito.
A half burrito this time. Oh, it's serious.
Yeah, because I was in a tent. So
Traumatized.
yeah.
What?
You all
Why?
take a long rest.
Nice. Okay.
I don't think you need to mark up.
No, we didn't. Do
And
I just need to re-roll some stuff. Yeah.
dawn comes. You have
Good
food.
for it.
Fuck you.
A new dawn,
Dawn
days.
arrives. It still doesn't.
A new dawn days.
A new dawn days. And you are within a few hours of Colville. Like within a few hours of travel, you will reach Colville. Lady Silvilia and Sir Volpez will. They'll just be quiet, and it's there is an element here of. Like you get the impression they kind of watched you guys sleep. They just sort of stood on the corner and
like nope.
and like their like foxes and hares are sort of gathered around them like a little court, and there was music playing, but they're also just sometimes they'll just be utterly silent and just watching you guys.
Daisy probably would have scooted close to the music so that Nim could hear the music while she was asleep.
Yeah. Maybe like Daisy wakes up and there's actually like a pixie who's like half falling asleep but won't stop playing, and then sees you wake up and is like, good. And then just falls asleep.
Did you remember that whole time? You didn't have to play the whole time.
Before we set out, Gruff would like to go over to Sister Ophelia.
All right, Trot, let's go.
Sorry.
Actually, I'm going to need Mark to leave for that. No, and we'll just...
never leave, I'm God.
Well, okay.
Let's kill God.
And Gruff would offer to brush her hair.
Oh, biggest
that'd be so lovely, Gruff. Thank
It's
you.
looking a bit
I
ratty.
just thought, obviously we will get Percival back, but I know it helps you, and I'm not very practiced on it, but I can give it a go.
Give it a go. You're more than welcome, Gruff. Here you go. Sorry.
I can help.
Yeah, the more the merrier. There's a twig, I think. I can't get it out.
Right,
It's been a
okay.
really awkward
I
angle.
get a dexterity roll from Gruff with advantage,
Dex
thanks to
roll.
Daisy.
Both of you have very like ringlet hair and fur.
No, Ophelia's hair's straight.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Dex.
Yeah, but Daisy actually knows how to do hair things more than Gruff.
I guess not.
Do I want to fate this?
Do you?
No, I'll live with my decisions. I roll a 9 plus 1.
Oh, 10. It's nowhere near as good as Percy does it. It's like you're and then,
trying to be- I'm
and he's
trying
like trying to pen it, and it's not working.
The brushing is fine.
Yeah.
The styling and everything else.
I think it's like Gruff. Imagine like it would just be, and then when Ophelia gets out like the full kit, he's
Yeah,
just
you're like, oh, the bobby pins and like all the yeah.
what's that? What's that? What's
Gruff, would you ever have brushed her hair? The other one.
The other one.
So there's a memory as you're sat down, Ophelia sat down before you, and again, your sort of memory flashes back to a very dark kind of sort of earth-floored wooden sort of structure. There's a fire burning, ice and frost all outside, and you hear just like a little girl humming like a tune, probably the Ballad of Sir Isabel, holding it, and you're brushing the hair from behind, and then that snaps back to you with Ophelia here.
This kind of reminds me of when Percy was first trying to learn to do my hair. It takes a little bit of practice. There's like a braid that goes kind of this way, and you have to pin it up there. I think you've kind of got it. It's a little, yeah, I can kind of feel it. It's a little loose, but I think there's a vague idea. Okay, and then
Okay, I don't really know how to do the, one over,
That's
over,
yeah.
I just never really got the hang of that. I'm good at brushing.
I can tell.
It's
Yes,
the next bit.
it takes a little bit of practice, but I think you've got the right idea. It doesn't feel too bad. Everything's in the right place, I think.
Well, last time I did this, there wasn't so many pins and ornamentation.
When was the last time you did this?
Oh, back in Nice Art.
Ooh! Who was the lucky lady?
My wife.
Yay! Of
course it was my wife.
Oh, amazing! Tell me more about your wife. I loved everything you told me before. Are there any more stories?
Oh.
How did you
Gruff's
meet?
telling stories. I want to hear the stories.
I would like to hear the story.
Stories?
Xantheus wakes up from bed. Yeah. Xantheus wakes up. His hair is obviously perfect.
Perfect, Anakin.
It's that innate sorcery at work.
Yeah.
Daisy's hair is not perfect in the morning. It's like huge.
Yeah.
Story time.
Tell us-
What's happening
if you don't
story
want
time?
to, I can interrupt it. If you don't want to tell a story, Gruff.
Let Kim decide how much she can pull out of her bottom.
Okay.
Right, let's go.
Oh, how did we meet? How did I meet the love of my life?
Good point. I should make a note of this.
Well, as you know, I'm a fisherman, and you know it's not an easy life. You know, we go out early in the morning, and we spend a lot of time on the seas, and you know, obviously my first, I don't know if love is the right word, but my kinship was with my birds. You have to train them from when they hatch, and you know, they're part of your success. Anyway, I became quite a good fisherman. But what's a fisherman without someone who can sell their catch? That's how our village put themselves on the map, was we had a lot of traders and we sold a lot, and mostly fish. Well, Ceridwen, when she wasn't storytelling, because that was her main, she was helping me sell the fish at the market to the traders, and oh, she has the gift of the gab. When I tell you, prettiest woman in the village. And every trader knew as well. They would come from around, they'd be like, I want to see Ceridwen, because, oh, to stare upon her curls, her eyes, her smile, she makes you feel really good, you know? Really good. And her laugh, oh, like music. And that's how we properly met. That's how we properly met. Of course, I was always enchanted with her when she was doing her storytelling. No one could capture your art like her in a cold, dark night. She would really bring a real warmth to it, you know. Some people can tell a story. She made that story live. In your head, in your art. But her selling my fish, that was a way. That was a way for me to speak to her. Eventually. Took a few goes. And the rest, they say, is history.
Oh,
Daisy's just like,
I'm not
Says
surprised.
Rowan.
You've got the prettiest girl in the village, Gruff. You're so knightly and brave, and you're so strong. I'm not surprised.
Oh, no,
When did we go back? Oh,
It's a very long way north.
we'll find a way.
I don't know if you'd enjoy it. I don't know if this boyo would enjoy the temperatures.
It's okay. I can resist some of the cold.
Oh, it's very cold.
if you get him a new outfit for it, I'm sure he'd be fine.
I have been going through 'em.
Probably would have to be simple, though. None of this flashy stuff.
Oh, they don't like flashy and cauldron up there?
That I've really seen up there. Maybe we could get that nice dragon fella in Ashen's Rest to
Obsidious.
make...
Oh,
Nixon.
The tailor.
I think that there should be at some point some investment made in some sort of like shirt of mending for Xantheus, where it just you put it, you hold it together, and it remends.
I actually have mending. Can I just use that?
I think on this one because it was just plain cut. Yeah, the other times
Okay.
it's been incinerated.
Yeah. Okay.
Or like
Well,
some
in that
sort
case,
of
I have used mending
Yeah.
to repair this one.
yeah.
Anyway, sorry. I mean, I'd be more than happy to travel up there and see more of Gruff.
Listen,
you said this and other people have said all these nice things about me. I'm just an humble man. There's nothing really special about me. I try and I put one paw in front of the other. I don't necessarily get things right, and I have made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I try my best. There really is nothing special to me. There's,
It's the modesty as well that just...
It is. It really
just
is.
paints the whole picture, Gruffith. You're a true knight.
I would say, though, if there is one jewel in the north, it's my Kerwin. And I would love for you to meet her. She would love to meet you. And she would make all of you feel so special, And obviously, I'd love you to meet the rest as well.
The whole village.
The whole village.
As you have been telling the story, Gruff, Lady Silvilia and Sir Volpez have sort of drifted closer, and they've been listening intently as well as you have told. And you would hear her say, "A beautiful story told, Sir Knight. Thank you for this gift. We hope our hospitality has borne you safely to where you need be." And they look at Ophelia. It wounds my heart to see one who has such appreciation for beauty and life to serve one who cares only for death.
See, everybody makes this assumption about the Grey Father. Okay? I understand. The skulls, the visage, yes, it can look very ghostly, but it's through death that we learn to appreciate life. It's not, we don't just destroy, we don't kill, we don't create these horrible images that you paint us to create. We celebrate life in all of its glorious visages and facets. It's not... We don't celebrate death.
She looks at you, and Ophelia, you tell me how I feel a bit, but this isn't a look of aggression or anything like that. She looks at you with pity and says, "You poor thing. To have been fed these lies, to be told, to be taught, and yet to know nothing of the one that you serve. You forget, I have known your Lord for eons, longer than 1,000 of your lifetimes. We have seen the death that he brings. And I promise you one thing, there is nothing beautiful or full of life about him." And then they leave.
Yeah, they better do.
I am so glad they're gone. I am so glad they're gone. This is why you can't trust the Fae. In one hand, they offer you salvation and peace and comfort, and the other, they mock you. They cast their little spells, and they weave their little secrets. They tell their little lies.
So Leo just sort of sits next to Gruff like,
I'm just gonna reach out and pat him on the shoulder.
I cannot wait to get back to Ash and rest and get back in a comfy bed and bring Percy back and get off this rotten trail. Had enough.
nice.
Time.
Yeah, let's
Time for her.
well, about that time.
Everybody does the slap in the thigh thing.
Yeah.
All right, I had to get it in after this beautiful bit of thing, but you guys leave, and sure enough, within a few hours, you see the outskirts. You hear the rushing of the Ruby River. You see the logging company, the Strong Reed Logging Company, busy at work. And as you begin approaching, like the group that you've been traveling with, especially the woodsmen and the farmers, they like rush. Like as soon as they see their home, like their energy like quadruples, and they're like literally running back, probably dragging Christoph, who's the gentleman who's a little bit out of time in this place. You can see that there's a bit more hesitation with Christoph, but the others are like, come on, it'll be all right. You need to meet your grandson. Like, they're kind of like, come on, like, we can't wait to tell them. Like, and they all sort of rush ahead. And they easily outpace you and get ahead, and you can already hear like cheering and sort of, you know, crying, but like in a good, happy crying kind of way, as people are being reunited up ahead of you. The two farmers and their son eventually sort of pivot off to start heading back to their home, just praising thanks upon thanks to you guys as well, leaving you just with Sister Valessa and Therivar the Durgar, who's still hobbling along in his sort of homemade crutch, maybe occasionally using the wheelchair for a few hours as Rowan provides it. But you quickly see that all of Colville is like gathered up, basically, as they're sort of heralding this triumphant return of people that they thought dead. In some cases, people that they thought died 70-odd years ago. As you arrive back in Colville, you see Reeve Olwyn Dell, the dwarf, like, oh yeah, it's the most auspicious day, sort of trying to make it like he's somehow done this in some form, or like not maybe trying to take credit, but is like trying to be seen the one like being the most celebratory about it. Very swiftly being ignored by most people in the town. You see the large bear-like form of Osa Strongreed kind of slapping the woodsman on the back, probably like literally like slaps one in the face, like calling him an idiot, like, you idiot, I told you not to go off into the woods at night, and what do? You get drunk and you go off, and like just like completely despairing, but then brings him into a big hug, like, you stupid idiot, I'm glad you're alive, like, and kind of throws him around. And when they see all of you, just the crowd erupts into cheers, you know, and the woodsman that you rescued point, they're the one, they saved us from the protometry, from the vault, like, we would have been, who knows what would have happened to us. And they're like making up all these crazy stories of like, they were going to turn me into a jelly, they were going to eat me, like they're just like, they literally saved us from like the worst possible things in the world. And like there's this huge kind of cheer as you guys make your way back to town. You see Charity, the tiefling, and his family outside the tavern, sort of giving you a tip of the hat, and you can see, and then he sends off his boy, and very quickly from around the corner, a big lumbering beast.
The boy is big.
As you see, Rodri is brought around and sort of makes I guess like I don't say, it'd make like a kind of like little trumpeting noise. Like an excited noise when he sees you all, and kind of boom, 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 boom. Especially comes up to Rowan, especially, and Gruff, and is like, kind of like rubs his snout all over you guys.
You really have to like hold him as he pushes you back.
Yeah, he's pretty strong.
When a big dog goes for you, and you're just like,
Gruff, I can't hold him. He's so big. Oh, okay. Watery.
Makes
Go
a
on,
lot
have
of
a
like
little
snuffling
snack.
noise.
Go on. Lint.
Eats that up. Yum yum.
Old sausage.
And yeah, you guys return to Colville to great success. And I think that is where we're going to take our break.
Okay.
Take a little 5-minute break there. I think that's a fitting point. If there is any business you want to wrap up here in Colville, and then we'll quickly scoot on back to Ashen's Rest. Maybe. With a little diversion? I don't know. Is somebody making a little sidetrack from here? I don't know.
Maybe.
All right, we'll find out. We'll see you after the break.
Nice.
See you in part 2. Bye. Welcome back to part 2 of Altheya, the Dragon Empire. Our heroes have completed their journey back to Colville. On the way, a very unexpected insight from Nim, the celestial spirit bound to Daisy, has revealed quite important information regarding what happened in the prism, what happened with Xantheus.
Xantheus fucked.
Gruff has been informed of these details, but yet the two have not revealed more to the rest of the party. More pleasant conversations, stories from Gruff about his life and his wife up in Iceheart, as well as a slightly tense conversation between Sister Ophelia, or not really much of a conversation, but a moment between Sister Ophelia and the Fey beings that have given them safe passage back to Colville. But now they find themselves returned. Heroes, saviors, Sir Ulrich von Liechtenstein. But you return to Colville in high hopes and high spirits, as you are seen as things. Is there any business to take care of in Colville?
There's a couple of things, I imagine,
Maggie.
right?
We did not
We didn't get the flower.
Yeah, we did nothing.
We did not get the...
You got an experience as well.
Yeah, I don't...
Got a mandrake.
Maybe they were asking for a mandrake.
But it ran
I don't
away.
think they
Maybe it
were.
ran back here.
I don't think they were asking for Mandrake. I think you got the wrong
I
thing
don't think
entirely.
that's
I
happening.
don't think that happened. But I did give my previous two spell stones to Maggie, who
Just leave him.
promised to scroll some up and
Yes.
potentially give me the avenue to start researching them to make them more permanent.
Yes.
So there is that. Do we want to bother talking to the mayor?
No,
Screw that guy.
he doesn't know what's going on.
He's probably going to come.
We
talk
could
to
spread
us.
a rumor that he made the vault.
We could.
He created
Do you remember the Galloway?
Some real chaos energy in that. Like, yeah, let's just fuck this random NPC over.
So anti-rogue.
It's very it's very Cam.
That's true.
Yeah, if you just want to literally quickly chat with Maggie and then set off back home, absolutely can do. You know the road back is slightly, not treacherous, but there is a chance that you might encounter something on the road. But it is mostly a well-traveled road once you get out of the woods, basically. So, yeah, if you want to just, you can be as quick as you like.
For at least for me, just a nice montage of the key NPCs that we interacted with, saying, "Hope it all goes well. So good to have you all back."
Yeah, well, I think Squire Pascal's going to come back to
Yeah.
Ashen's Rest with you. And I think Tharaval and Sister Valshara are also going to come back to Ashen's Rest because it's at least a trade point and then they can go on from there.
I'm talking about the leader of the
in the town
in
and
the
stuff like that.
town,
Yeah.
Maggie, with the spellstones.
It's one of those montages where I do like half a sentence and then Rowan finishes that part of the sentence and then it cuts to Gruff who's doing the next part of the sentence of all the people we're talking to.
So let's try it off the cuff now. You start.
The Gallowak, yeah, no, it was a...
Really terrifying situation because
It really had this way of making you go crazy.
Daisy.
And then we killed it. We took its eyes!
And then we found a poor lad who then we ended up taking into a proto-magi vault. And then it all went crazy from there.
Crazy, it went really insane. The Proto-Magi Vault had loads of traps.
Now
and
just do
insane-
one word each.
And,
then
We.
Daisy,
Went.
Two.
Colville.
Skip the whole thing.
We were in the... okay, whatever, anyway. And then we went to Colville.
Done.
and then
So-
a clink of beer glasses.
And then there's the three old men that Gruff was talking to are like, "Well, I'm not sure about this story. Sounds like a bunch of hokum to me."
It was
Ophelia shows the skull.
I have your proof.
it was their rumors that let us forget.
Yeah. They're like, "That ain't the Gallowak. The Gallowak's got 12 heads and 13 eyes." But yeah, there's like this whole kind of entourage. Definitely a free beer in the inn at Charity's expense, and maybe a meal before the road home. I think that is certainly in order for your heroics. And you get the sense that, I know I've not touched on this system too much, but your actions here will spread out, and your renown in North Vale will increase.
To 2.
Yes, your renown has gone up, which means that again your legend and your stories will grow. And if it goes up to 2 in this area, I think what I'm going to do is kind of like a pandemic, where you'll now gain a sort of reputation of
Don't
1.
say that word.
No,
Oh,
it's
I
like the
see.
board game. The
Right.
board game.
Yeah,
Don't you
the board-
roll though, Mark.
The infectious virus board game. Is that better? Like,
No, that's
that's
It's more
worse.
the category of
I know what you mean.
But what I'm saying is,
overflows.
it's basically like
spreads.
you'll now get 1 in sort of adjacent regions, basically.
That's
So.
a huge breakout.
That means that Kelskaris, you are going to be known in Kelskaris, because Kelskaris borders the North Vale region.
Yeah, so does Gildeye.
So does Gildar.
Do we
And then
get...
to the south is the heartlands of Caldra, so like kind of where the capital is and sort of the mainland's there. So those areas you now have some reputation in.
See.
Do we get a title for this area? Because, like, with Ashen's Rest, we're the heroes of Ashen's Rest. Do we get called, like,
Oh,
Vaultbusters.
I would.
cool dudes of Culver?
I would say it would be like, yeah, I think like it would be like the Vault Breakers or something like that. Like you would kind of get like a little title from here. But that's only going to be local to this area. Like it will be the story of like, oh, the Vault Breakers, yeah, they saved, and you wouldn't believe it, they saved my grandfather. You know, it's that kind of thing. Like they killed the Gallowak. It had 12 heads and 19 eyes, and one of them wore one of its heads as a hat. And it's going to like, you know, the story grows and grows.
I mean, that part's true.
No lie detected.
Quite close to the
It is big enough, by the way, the skull. It like you could turn it into like a skull cap. Like
It's just such a hole.
you just have to break in the front of
Just
it.
got to think about
Or
Frida and,
cut the face of it off
Yeah.
and then like attach it so that you
round.
it's like a helmet.
Don't give me these ideas.
I'm sure Frida
It's like a
would love
skull
that.
Captain America.
Oh, I really want that. The respect.
I can do this all day.
It's just screaming.
But saying that, you've got the scarab now. You can
I've
make
got
a
the
helmet.
scarab.
So you don't need the skull helmet.
But everybody needs a skull helmet.
She seems to just want hats out
I
of
just want to
everything.
make hats out of stuff.
I'm just thinking of Frida's
like-
last words. Me, Frida, I hurt. How?
I Frida, me,
I'll
help.
carve those into the skull.
Make the skull into a pauldron for Gruff.
You would have wanted.
Gruff does not want it.
Oh, no, Ophelia doesn't want it.
But yes, so you want to swim by Maggie's?
Yes. Yeah.
I thought you said swim by Meg.
Swim bys.
Depends how.
Terrible
Swim by,
storm.
swim by.
No, you would see the same sight, this kind of hut up on stilted legs, a kind of like little round stone building with a thatched roof, but lifted up on these struts. The entrance still too small for pretty much for Rowan, and kind of too
outside.
small for Gruff, but Gruff can sort of squeeze through. And inside, you see Bracken, the monitor lizard, is lounging on its back on the top of the thatched roof in the summer sun as it filters through the trees, just like baking his little belly.
Yeah.
And when he hears you, he kind of flips over, and his eyes kind of go all over the place. And he scrambles back inside, walks on like the ceiling. You hear a Bracken?
Magathera, it's us again.
I can hear you, yes.
Okay. We.
Please enter.
Okay. I'll crouch and go in with anyone else that wants to join.
Can't fit.
Yeah, Ophelia will come.
Sure.
Daisy just walks full height in.
Yeah, I know you did.
Not quite. This is halfling built, not
Yeah.
small person built.
It's like there's a couple of places in Bristol where it's like you get that mind your head. Like if the roof at the staircase is too
Never
low,
a problem.
just
Never a
walk right
problem.
on past me.
I've
And Kim
never
are
seen
like,
those. Never
Well, we
seen
know that Kim is the standard. Kim is a perfect standard definition
Yeah,
of
yeah.
D&D space. Like you can measure combat in Kim. So you make your way in and you see Magathera dressed in her sort of tattered shawl and robes and things like that. You know, lots of hand little details, lots of weird little trinkets sewn onto the dress or on, you know, tied to a belt. You can see a lot of it's like aids for like, you know, things that she can grab and sense by feeling. Still completely blind as she hears you come in, her black draconic tail, the dragonborn lineage. She's like, you have returned. Oh, you have taken more time than expected.
Yes, things kind of went a little bit awry for a while there.
You
But-
found the Gallowak, I hear, and slayed it.
We found and slayed the Gallowak. Yes, that's true.
Anything interesting about the creature? Anything that Magathera might like?
Well, it was a creation of the Proto-Magi Vault that we also explored and subsequently destroyed. We believe it may have been originally someone that may have resided in Corvel.
But, dear handsome boy, you bring anything back of it?
Oh, we have a few things that we managed to... Oh, of the vault or the...
Both. The Gallowak, the vault. I'm interested.
Ophelia?
I have its skull.
Oh.
Pass it over.
She, like, runs her little tiny hands all over it, kind of feeling the skull. Yes.
You can feel it's got human teeth.
Yeah, oh, yes. How curious. How much would I would buy this from you?
Well, I can't. I want to let her have a peaceful rest.
The dead are the dead. A skull, gold in your hand, much more practical, yes.
I like the sound of that.
Well, as nice as the gold would be, I would prefer to honor the life that the skull was previously made from.
As you wish.
Thank you.
And we do have a potential alternative. There was an orb that was embedded into the Gallowak's chest. It might be proto-magi in origin, almost certainly is, in fact. Here you go.
She takes it from you, runs her hands over it as well. Bracken? And then you see Bracken's eyes go multicolored, like when you cast detect magic.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, this is curious. Yes, very interesting. I think quite useless now. You say the vault is destroyed.
Well, I mean, yes, but still a relic of its...
Yes, it is I suppose you go to a big city, maybe some fool buys it, someone who thinks they know about vaults and things, but perhaps you get more coin from it. But I would buy it from you. I would like to hang it here in my hut.
Okay, I guess I haven't really checked in on this since I left, really. Like, yeah, I guess it's magically in
You don't have
now.
it right now.
I don't have it right now, no, but I haven't checked in on it
No?
between now and then.
Nope.
But, so you believe all magical...
There is a hint of magic here, but not one that I think is easily accessed or of much use, I do not think. This thing, it will take time to decipher, but this maybe allowed the vault to control creature or to give it orders or commands or some such, but also allowed it to do things that it could not. I am not quite sure. Translation, communication, I get the sense of this thing.
Okay.
But without the vault that it came from, I do not think that there would be much use.
Okay. I'll think about it. Outside of that, I also managed to recover...
You take it back off of.
I'll take it back for now. I'll talk to the rest of the group about it first before I just get rid of the thing. I also managed to recover another spell stone.
Oh!
I believe it contains... Would it have a name if I used detect magic on it?
You've identified it. It was copy aspect.
But would it would I know the name of the spell, or would it be like an arcane thing?
It's the same as the other ones. Like you get a sense of like this spell has a name. Yeah, copy aspect. It's cool.
It contains a spell that I believe to be called Copy Aspect. Lets you siphon the abilities of those around you.
Oh, truly.
But again, being in a spellstone, as I'm sure you're aware, consumable if used. I'd like to make this a permanent.
So you would not sell this stone to me, but perhaps I can buy the right to copy it like the others?
Like the others, if you can give me some kind of insights on how to make this last for longer, then I would much appreciate it.
Well, to speak of this matter, and she shuffles over and she produces the 2 spellstones that you gave her and 2 scrolls.
So arcane armament and the other one.
Energy Cascade.
Energy Cascade. Yes.
And she will hand you the back of the spellstones as well as a scroll of each one.
Nice. I'm not a wizard, so I can't do much with that. But
No, you can use a scroll.
I can
to
use
cast
it, but, like-
and then the spellstone, you have to basically spend an 8-hour thing and spend gold, and you can learn that spell. And that's what Maggie's going to teach you. Like
Right.
she kind of explains that you can use the spellstone. The scroll you can now give to anybody who can cast those spells, or you can use it yourself as a consumable. But now she will teach you a method of basically like a meditation and a ritual where you can draw the knowledge. Because you're a sorcerer, you basically kind of absorb the knowledge of the spell into your own repertoire of spells. But you would have to, swap it for an existing spell,
okay, and is there also a consumed? Like, if I use the spellstone to learn, say, Energy Cascade,
You keep the spellstone. Which means you could then sell it on to someone else or give it to another member of the
what if
party.
all of us had?
Rowan. Yeah.
That's the thing. It's
Don't believe
all of these
all of you
spells.
can learn.
All these
of
spells
them.
are not exclusive to sorcerer as well.
Yeah.
There's a few that there's bard.
Yeah, so it
wizard,
has to be a
warlock as
sorcerer
well.
spell for you. Like, it has to be a sorcerer
yeah.
spell for you to learn it.
Cool. All right. Yeah. I mean, I would absolutely spend some time learning how to do that.
Yeah, it will be an 8-hour thing to like learn those from the things, but like Maggie will teach you the method
Yes,
of doing it.
yeah, that's what I mean,
basically. She gives you the scrolls, she gives you the spell stones back, and she's copied the spells into her own spell book, so she now has copies of them.
Okay.
And then she says, I can learn this new one. It would normally take me 3 days, but I think I can make that quicker. Or I could, do you trust Magathera?
You've done me no wrong so far.
Would you allow me to keep this new spellstone and send it back to a place of your living?
Do you have trusted couriers?
Oh, yes.
It's just we.
She whistles, and a huge barn owl lands in the window. Whoo!
Xantheus. Xantheus. Okay, no, that solves that problem. I'm going to look to. I guess it's what Daisy and Ophelia are in here with me, right?
Yeah.
I'm listening at the door. I just can't quite make it in.
Gruff's head is through the
My
door.
head is
Yeah.
just peeking.
Like Rowan and Gruff are in the windows. Like they're like looking in, like, hello. Because you guys are tall enough that the hut's on stilts, but you guys can just stand at the windows and look in.
What are you saying, bro?
I think they're talking about.
Can we
the
open the
spellstone.
windows to see if they can they?
Oh, yes. She flicks her hand, and you get smacked in the face by sharks.
Right on the snout. Oh,
Sorry.
You should not eavesdrop on Magathera.
we're with them.
We just can't fit in, otherwise we'd come say hello.
I can make you small again.
It felt kind of weird.
You think it is weird to be small?
His voice went really high.
No, it
pitched.
just felt weird. The changing process, but I can do it if you like.
Change is difficult, but necessary.
It's
Oh, that's
okay,
good.
Rowan, Gruff. That we were basically talking about this new spellstone that we recovered. Magathera would like to keep a hold of it for a few days, and then, I mean, you saw the barn owl.
Yeah, did you want that? Was it meant to come in?
Oh, yes, yeah, no,
Okay.
that's Magathera's, but
making
would ferry the stone back to us in Ashen's Rest once Magathera has, gained the ability.
I would send you scroll as payment for allowing me to copy it. So you have scroll of it.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Makes sense to me.
Yes?
Done. Takes this.
Okay, enjoy.
Gollum holds it in her hands. No, she pulls it away, and you see she mage hands her spellbook over to herself and begins assembling inks and quills and things like that. But yes, you bought my potions. I think that in this case our business is done. Yes.
Did you have anything else?
Well, we got a lot of loot.
Well, yeah, but we're not selling any
Let's
of
see,
it.
potion of healing. Gruff has that. We got the potion of speed, which Ophelia has. Oh, there's that injector device, and we keep that. We keep.
We know what it does. We know what. All
Well, we know what it does. I'm just
Well,
also
it
going
depends if you
to,
want to
like,
sell anything.
A city, or not a city, but a bigger town that has a lot of richer people. I'm just speaking to the loot gremlin in
Yeah.
Tom.
big
What of
money
the-
later.
Big money.
The
big
crystal, the
Immediate money.
Gallowag crystal.
Oh, the crystal.
Would you sell this to Magathera?
Also, well, we were talking about Big Priz as well. I don't think.
Well, why don't you check with Big Briz just now?
Well, I think it'd be similar to Familiar Oxenine or any other entities that may remain inside this crystal.
Nothing.
Can I try and speak to him through my side chip to that?
You try, but nothing happens because it's not embedded into him. And anyway, it would just work like message anyway.
Yeah, like I just wanted to see if I could make a connection.
Nothing
having had this other vault device.
Nope.
I don't think this is going to help us much anymore. It's just a question of whether we want to keep it, for Galawak purposes.
If this was a video game, it would have that little symbol in it, which is no longer needed. Junk. It's like you can
But
sell
you
this
keep
now.
it anyway. Like,
Yeah. If you want to,
If you're-
you can put it up on your little shelf,
there's a
and then
storage
when you open the door, it
system.
clips and everything falls off the
Yeah.
shelf.
Cheese wheels.
Yeah, all the cheese wheels go
Yeah.
everywhere.
If you have your little house in the world.
If you want to hang, it looks quite nice. It depends if you want to hang it in the inn or not.
How much?
She will go over and from the floorboard, she pulls out like a little pouch. Actually, no, she's blind. She wouldn't look into it. She puts her hand in.
She doesn't need to. I lick the air.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's you would know that she has in there 8 rubies, sort of about slightly smaller than ping pong ball, and they're worth about 100 gold each. And she has 8 of them in there, or like maybe it wouldn't all be rubies. It'd be like topazes and citrines and stuff like that. And she feels, and she'll be like, I would offer you 200 gold for this.
It would do it. I mean, it did take a lot to recover this, both the Galawak and the Proto-Magi Vault. Like I said, it is a relic of the Proto-Magi. Ancient
A useless
civilization.
relic of Proto-Magi, yeah.
No, but like you said, someone in Kelskaris would be stupid enough to buy this thing.
Well, Xantheus,
Yes?
not to intrude on your haggling, but there is a group in Kelskaris that are dedicated, like Pascal, to finding and looking for vault relics.
At most, I offer you. I would not go above 300. If you wish to travel and sell it to someone who has more, that is fine. But Magathera is not some rich city folk. This is all of my wealth. I do not wish to spend all of it. Magathera must have savings for other business.
You show great intellect, but after what I've just heard, I'm out.
Thank you for your time. I'm out. No, absolutely fine. Yeah, you don't have to sell it. Like, Maggie's only going to go up to a certain amount, but a very wise idea. Like, maybe selling it to the Locksmiths
That's true,
League.
actually. Yeah.
Probably the type who will
I was trying to find that in my
probably
notes.
sell it a little bit more. As always with the game, it's like, buyers and sellers. It's like certain things are going to sell better with certain sellers and people and stuff like that. So, fantastic. Well, with that, I think that, work is done.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything else.
Yeah, well, there's the entire list of loot if anyone wants to go through that.
ooh.
There is a question of, do we want to inject ourselves with this mutagenic?
There is that question. Also, if anybody would like to buy materials for like rituals or arcane spells, like Maggie does sell like spell components. Like as long as it's like not like diamond dust and stuff like that. If it's like incenses or like other sort of miscellaneous spell rituals, you will need some for Find Familiar. I know that's an out of game question.
Say like, what do I need for that?
You're asking me to look that up in the rules of the game we are playing.
Yes.
Dungeons and
Thank
Dragons.
you, Dungeon Master.
Yeah.
Burning incense.
Well, some groups have their own books where they can look things up as well. Maybe
We don't
somebody.
have the technology.
Would you like me to
just don't
tell you? I have it right
Yes,
here.
yes. If you have it open, then rather than me opening a whole new thing.
Say, but you went off on a rant, so I couldn't say.
You kind of did.
I did.
Burning incense worth 10 GP, which the spell consumes. That's it.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Okay, yeah. If you want to buy that, you
Player
can buy that now.
asks DM to DM. DM goes crazy.
No. That's the bit I have. That's the bit I'm objecting to.
Now you made it happen.
Objection! That's the bit I object to. It is not the DM's job to look up every rule. Good players and I'm talking to you at home in this as well. I'm talking to you.
He's
You can help your DM out by looking up your own shit. Like, you want to cast a spell, look it up and tell the GM what the cost is. Look up and see what it does. Don't expect the GM to look up everything.
I've looked it up.
I've gone full Miles Edgeworth. I've got the hair and everything.
I'm just saying, I trust a referee that knows what he's
He's in
doing.
the red. He's got the silver hair.
Yeah.
Hold it!
Objection.
Can I buy 10 GP?
Yeah, you can.
We've actually got.
If he just goes, no!
We've got incense already.
Yeah, but that is magic.
No, it's got to be magic incense.
Don't get into this, Tom.
I won't.
Could I do a trade with Magathera?
What trade would you like to do?
Trade my potion of speed for
yeah.
for like some incense and some bits and.
Rhiannon, that's very undervalued.
Oh, God.
What can I get?
Ophelia, I know what you're thinking.
No.
The potion of speed is worth quite a lot of money.
Hang on. I've got to get a straight face on
But I'm
before I
already
talk
so
to
much.
Rhiannon
I'm
again.
already so fast. I'm already so
This boy
fast.
put it into a vault for you.
Everyone else
Yes,
could do
Rhiannon,
with it
you
as
can
well.
absolutely. Magathera will gladly take
it's
your
got the
potion of
purple
speed.
writing.
And give you some dust.
She will gladly take your very rare potion of speed in exchange for 25 gold's worth of materials. Yes.
Anyone else in
And
the
like
party
5
would have
days
that
of
potion.
rations.
We're all quite slow.
Ophelia and Daisy are the only ones who are relatively
I will
speedy.
gladly accept this trade deal.
No. Put the potion back. Stop remembering you have potions. Put them
I
back.
think he's bluffing.
I should also point out, potion of speed doesn't just make you go faster, it's also it basically casts haste on you.
Yeah, haste is.
Does anybody want
That's
this?
a very valuable spell.
Does anybody else want this?
Yes.
Someone slap it out of her hand
It
for the
looks quite
love of
good.
God.
It's pretty, isn't it?
Got like a pearlescent.
Yeah, I was thinking of trading it for some herbs and some incense.
I think I could
Cannot
do some
see
real
it, yet I
damage
feel
with
it is
that.
very purple.
It is purple, yeah.
It's very purple. Any takers? Any takers?
Put it back
Any
in the
takers?
bag, Ophelia.
You sure?
Yes, it's. I think we want to keep that one.
Yeah.
Okay. I have no gold, you see.
Right,
This
here's
is
25
basically She
gold.
wants to buy stuff, but
I
she
want
has
to buy
no
people
money.
who have no money to buy things.
Pulls out 500 GP diamond. Will this cover it?
Can you break
Fucking
this?
No, for the
Lucius
love
all
of all
over
that is
again.
holy.
Like, "Oh, I've got 100 gold emerald. Well, this will do.
I can
Ruin
use
with the
that.
clever toad machine. How much does it cost? How much you got? 400 gold.
Worth it.
From the window, Gruff will count out 25 gold.
Oh, there you go, Gruff.
There you go. Don't spend it all at once. Thank
you.
She spent it.
You spent it all immediately.
What can I get for 25 gold then?
What do you need?
I would like some incense, something quite smoky and quite dark.
Ah, yeah.
But also like maybe some charcoal, and if you have any blood that isn't my own, that would be
Of course
really
they have
nice.
blood. Yes, of course.
doesn't
She
have
will find, she gets out like a fine incense. Wispweed incense. This is very dark and smoky.
Oh, lovely.
And yes, and she gets a few other ingredients, some like hallucinogenic, like mushrooms all ground up and things like that. Good to mix in with the incense for visions and such things.
Oh, wonderful.
And then charcoal, but this is like the blackest charcoal you've ever seen, from the pits of Erdaskir, buried under the bogs.
Erdaskir?
No finer coal and peat than in Erdaskir. And then finally we'll bring, what kind of blood? Beast blood? Blood of elves? Blood of men? Blood of women? Blood of spiders?
How much blood do you have?
You got, well, I'll take.
Many rituals and spells require blood.
Do you have a preference?
Well, I'd like humanoid blood. That'd be more preferable.
Yes, particular
Higher quality.
ancestry or species.
Well, what quality could I afford?
Oh, I have here.
It's like a wine cellar.
Well, she goes over to like a spice rack, and it's got all these dozens of like little vials, and they're engraved. Rather than being labels, they have like raised edges. She runs her hand over it and then stops on one. This belonged to a very wealthy and influential political figure from the city. They traded me some of their blood for a potion that they required, and offers that to you.
Thank you very much. Look, can I just have a smell?
Oh yeah, it's bizarrely like you don't know, like this has been remarkable. Blood does not last. It does not last this long. Like it shouldn't last very long. But whatever she's done, she's managed to keep this blood. Maybe it's the vial. Maybe it's the something she's mixed into it. But it has a very pungent aroma of sort of wine and saffron and very rich and expensive things kind of like rolled into one, basically.
This is very good, very nice quality.
Good, yes. And then for these things, that's 25 gold's worth of stuff that she kind of provides.
Thank you very much.
You are most welcome. Always a pleasure to do one with business of people who understand the components of real magic.
But this is just because she's thirsty.
If you have,
I have things to do as well with this blood as well.
Yes, this is blood for rituals. Do you need blood for drinking?
I mean, I'd always need blood for drinking.
A humanoid or beast?
Humanoid, preferably.
She goes over, and this time she goes to a wine rack, and they're not bottles of wine, you realise. And she runs her hand over it again, and she pulls one out.
What hasn't she got?
Yeah. And she'll sort of bring that over and offer
I'm
it to you.
very envious of your collection, Magathera.
This would be a different payment, of course. I would need something more substantial. I would happily trade this for 50 gold.
50 gold. I do not have 50 gold. I have...
She mage hands the bowl back.
No!
I will put this back.
What's going on in there?
Oh, I was just Julia's trying to buy a bottle of wine, except it's a bottle of blood.
How much is it?
50 gold.
Right, be with you in a moment. 1.
Just give it to Xantheus, he'll lick the air and figure it out.
Oh, now you've made me lose count. 1.
I immediately
2.
pull out a stack of 50.
Sure.
Are you paying for this one?
Yeah.
Thank you, Xantheus.
It's all right. I just didn't want to, wait for Gruff.
6.
I'll save this for
It's
special.
okay, Gruff.
7.
You can stop, Graf.
Covered it.
Now I've really lost concentration.
Okay, I've got the bottle now, Graf. Thank you.
Oh, good.
She's already tried
A
it.
bottle of wine,
Graf.
bottle of blood.
Never ends up paying for anything because
I will say, it is not a fine caliber. This is not Ossian sort of like fine caliber blood. This is probably a kind of mix of like people's blood. This is like not one person. This is
it's a
blended
supply for
whiskey.
her to have.
it's like a smoothie.
She doesn't have to go out and look for it.
Nice.
A little bit of spirulina in there.
And dudette smoothie.
Rowan's going to put a ruby through the window. Well, how much for this ruby?
How much did I tell you it was worth?
It's worth 125 gold.
I will give you 100. Well, I would exchange it for another ruby. Because she doesn't have a lot of coin. Well, actually, she's got 50,
It's okay.
25. She's got 85 gold now. I give you 85 gold.
Deal!
All right.
Can I have... Do you have any bronze in there?
Bronze? Like ingot? Raw?
No, the denomination.
Bronze coins.
Yes.
I do not use... No, I rarely trade in
Rowan.
gold as it is.
Why don't we do that in Ashen's Rest, where they have more coins?
Okay. Sorry, Magathera.
Okay.
You've had some good deals, though.
Yes. I'm pleased. And you have the
Taking her
potion.
glasses
You have the
off
potions that
in
I sold you
despair.
last time.
We still have the potions and the incense.
you imbibed?
And, we have not imbibed yet, no. We were actually hoping for a little bit more information on that, what was it, 1 day of bliss potion?
I have told you everything you need to know.
All right, okay, fine.
Yeah, we're not gonna get anything
in
else
that
from
case, I think our business here is concluded.
Very well.
But thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I'll just shut your window now.
All right, yep.
Do not bother.
Oh, bloody hell, they caught my
Little thaumaturgy just slams the windows.
A hell of a
Thank you,
whisker.
Magathera. It's been a pleasure speaking to
You
you
are
as
welcome.
always.
What a curious group. But you are always welcome. It will take me time to replenish my stocks of potions and things, but should you be passing by and you seek more of Magathera's wisdom, you are always welcome. And I will ensure the spellstone returns to you.
Much
Xantheus.
appreciated. Okay, I think we are good to go.
If you need us, we'll be at Tyria's Rest in Ashen's Rest.
Very well.
In
I think the spell I would use to send my companion would find Xantheus wherever he is, but it is good to know a physical address as well.
Oh,
Yes?
would you like to feel the magic on this rune stone? It's connected to where we are. And I hold out the hearthstone of...
Yeah, she kind of gets up, she shuffles away to the window and she touches it. Oh, I sense very powerful magics within this. A magic that I am not familiar with, and she kind of traces the rune with her finger.
Yacht near magic.
Ah, yes. The magic of the giants. Very curious.
Yeah.
Well, this is useful. Thank you.
He's so proud of his stone right now.
It's
Should be.
Look at him.
We could use this to go home.
Can we take Rodri?
Yes,
with
how
us?
many people?
I did very specify that because it's in the garden, you can teleport with Rodri.
Yes, we had to put it outside.
How many people can it transport?
We got 1, 2,
It's the teleport spell.
5, 6, 7,
8.
8. We got 8 people
At
and
7th
Rodri.
level.
Oh, well, Rodri counts as a person, a creature, I'm afraid. So you can only take 8, so you'd have to leave one person behind. Trouble does count as a creature. This is something that we need to be careful of, because I fucked this up with the vault entrance. Technically, Trouble should have counted as a creature when you got teleported inside. But
Me and 8.
if I forget, it's my bad.
You and 8.
You and
creatures.
8.
That changed
Then
it.
that changed it. You can take it because it's with Rowan. It's 9 with Rowan.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it's
'Cause we-
10.
Squire Pascal, Theraval,
So
Vasa.
through them.
Yeah.
Trouble, Rodri,
Trouble.
5 of us.
He's Trouble, dude.
He is trouble.
I mean, we are one left.
borrow.
Possible.
It's still 10. It's still 10.
I know.
Change the map.
That doesn't. It
Well,
would have been
also,
11.
I have something I would like to do. But if you guys want to go ahead to Ashen's Rest, I can meet you there.
What are you doing?
I'd like to go back to the Galawax lair.
Why?
I think we picked that place clean, didn't we?
Yes, I want to speak to the Gravefather about Freya and about how best to send her to Osseous.
Oh.
Or even just to see if she would want to come to Osseous, the same way that Tyria did.
Is there a lingering spirit though? Tyria obviously.
Well, this is why I need to talk to the Gravefather to see if anything can be salvaged.
Can you speak to him now before we make the journey to go there?
I could do.
be best to do it at night.
We'd have to wait till night. But it's up to you if you, or I could do it at the shrine in Ashen's Rest.
That would be the most that would be the best place to do it.
Yeah. You know what? I'll do it when we're back home. I just like the symbolism of it all, you know? To go back to the place where we found it. I'm all for that drama, you know.
But it was quite a place of a lot of distress and
True.
trauma, so maybe it's not the best for a Squire Pascal.
Yes, I was just wondering to see
Yeah,
if
I
there's
don't
any
wanna take
lingering energy that I could use.
Maybe Frida's home here. If we find out where they used to live,
Maybe.
You do
maybe
have
an object
an
or
op-
something.
You have the skull,
Yes.
so
We could spend the night here and then leave in the morning.
It is likely that Frida did reside here.
Yes.
Maybe
Ooh.
maybe the man lost in time was around at the time when Frida was.
Could be.
did we not
Before-
find out it'd be like several hundred years?
The Galawak has been the legend of the Galawak has been around for hundreds of years. Yeah,
I don't think
at
anyone
least 2 or 3 centuries.
It's going to be quite difficult to find any information.
Error.
Maybe if you commune with the Gravefather tonight and see, and if it means we have to go back, we have to go back.
I don't want to hold you guys up any longer.
We're just going to be at home worrying. So, for days.
And you don't... I'm not saying that.
Rowan can get you all back to Ashen's Rest today, so you would be able to go into the shrine and speak to the Gravefather there, where your connection is strongest.
Yeah.
Well, he can get all of us, but he can't get.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Plus one.
We figured it out. There's,
2.
there's one. Just leave Xantheus behind.
If you leave Xantheus, you're leaving trouble too.
Makes it even better.
Sounds like we leave trouble at home.
No. Trouble's a part of me.
Sure.
What if
Do what you
I temporarily had trouble in my mouth? If I ate trouble
Yeah.
with the intention of being able to fire breath it out later, totally fine.
It's like 1 hit point.
Does
Yeah.
Can you don't know the Find Familiar spell, do you? I would allow you to make Trouble your familiar, and then you can banish him like into a semi-planar space. But if you
Gruff knows it.
Leo count as well?
No.
Or is he just a spirit?
No, so Leo isn't physically with you. Like you can feel that like maybe like when Gruff looks around, like you see a fleeting kind of spectral image of like a rabbit out on the corners of your eye, like your peripheral, but he's not a physical thing with you. He is a nature spirit, so he's sort of following you supernaturally.
While Gruff's getting used to it, just occasionally, oh, Leo, it's fine.
He does that shocked, like, because he's a hare, right? So he's not like a cute rabbit. He's one of those gangly motherfuckers with the huge ears. Like, he does like the big eyes on the side of his head, like, hello.
I imagine it's also maybe that cat drive of like the predator drive of like every time I see it, like Gruff's eyes just go really wide.
Yeah, and his eyes go really wide, and they look at each other, and then he scampers off. Yeah. But yeah, so otherwise, yeah, it would be a traveling back on the wagon then if you can't teleport everybody. You could also just be like, sorry, 2 NPCs, make your own way back. You could also do that.
One of them's got no leg though.
Yeah.
He's a tough guy. Theraval's a tough
They're
soldier.
not tough though. We like sad NPCs.
How long is the wagon journey?
From here,
forget.
do I have my maps? Oh yeah, pass me the map.
Okie dokie.
Left mine on my desk.
No road. It's just following the river down.
So
I think.
that makes it harder. So it's 1.5, 3. It's about 4 days on the wagon.
And Ophelia's talking about another 2 days north before even that.
If you do that.
If we go to the Gallowak.
But we could go to Ashen Rest, and then it would be 2 days from Ashen Rest to the Gallowak.
No.
No, because it's north.
It'd be 6 days.
Into the Grey Farm is
Oh,
strongest
right,
Yeah.
in Ashen's Rest.
But I would imagine that because you've travelled this before, we could also say that like Ophelia going back to the Gallowak Square and back could just be downtime. Like you could be like, oh, like you can hitch a ride with like some people going up to Colville to do some trading and then just, be safe basically for that journey. We'll just count that as downtime activity. So, what is the plan? Are you travelling back on foot? Or teleportation?
4 days is long.
Yeah, let's teleport back.
I mean, if it helps, like, I think that, like, if Squire Pascal overhears this kind of conversation, he would probably jump in and say, well, look, I don't want to trouble you. You've already done plenty, and I think that, I can probably, if the priestess here, and he points to Vashara and Mr. Theraval, and I think that we could probably hire a couple of the woodsmen here to be guards for us, and we can make our way back to Ashen's Rest. I think that that's the least we can do. Or, I mean, I suppose you would want to take your lovely beast here back with you. I mean, we could have ridden that with the wagon back on your behalf.
Well, she does know the way.
Does.
It'd be safer if you were to take a...
It certainly would be. It would make the journey a lot easier for us, especially for poor Theraval. But I think that we owe you a lot. Like I certainly do. Like I owe you everything. Not only I owe you my mind and my life. I don't want to burden you, making you traipse all the way back. And I can't. And Theraval's like, yeah, you don't owe us anything. Like we can make our own way back. Please don't. Burn yourselves with us. If you have some magic to get you back home quicker, you deserve that.
How about a compromise?
All right.
We will offer Rodri to help you get home, so you can hitch rides and
that would be very
easier
kind.
journey.
And of course we'll make sure we return the beast to you and bring
I
it
just
back.
I feel better leaving you out of the teleportation if you had at least this to accompany
That's
you.
very kind of you.
That's what I think.
You see, I keep forgetting how to pronounce her name. Valessa, Sister Valessa is like comes up to you, Rowan, like, and she's looking up to you and like takes your hand. Thank you so much.
That's all right.
That is so kind
Anytime.
of you. And sort of smiles sweetly at you and like nods her head. Rowan just goes like, I get. What if you're grey? Would you blush like a purple? I guess, or something like
guess
that.
it would be
Yeah,
a
it'd be a
bit
different
purple,
colour.
yeah.
It'd be like.
Sorry, anytime.
Yeah. And she
Is it my
like
voice?
smiles.
Why is it doing that?
And yeah, like Squire Pascal is like, I mean, I need to come back. Just let Dame Cassandra know that I'm all right. And she might even come and meet us halfway if she's in Ashen's Rest.
Right, yes. Sorry, I had it in my mind I'd see you right all the way back to Ashen's Rest. I just...
Oh, Gruff, from what I've heard from you and your friends and what Sir Volpez said, and you've done more than enough. You don't need to walk me back home. I think we can manage a little few days hike through the woods back to Ashen's Rest. I think we'll be all right.
At least there's no lights in the woods anymore.
Exactly.
Just come by the Tyria's Rest and let me know that you're safe, okay?
I mean, we'd bring Rodri, is it, back to you anyway, in your wagon and
Likes hot rod.
Absolutely. Hot rod.
And scritches under the chin.
All right, okay.
What else? The other places?
Feeding, a
Yeah,
lot of
lots
feeding.
of feeding.
Oh, yeah, absolutely fine.
The chests on the side, there's some rations in there if you would like
Fantastic. Oh, great. Yeah, absolutely. And look, I think that, Theraval seems to be a pretty competent fighter, and I know he's injured, but I think he'll be able to look after us. And the priestess she's a priestess of melee. I mean, we'll have, if anybody does get hurt, I think she can help us. And I think we'll be all right, And I'm a mage, and now I've rested, and I've had food, and, I don't have my spell books or anything with me anymore, but I still remember a number of spells. I think we'll be all right.
Okay, I've made you up a packet of food anyway, so...
That's very sweet of you.
Sorry, you'll
Very
have it.
kind. Thank you. Really thank you for everything.
Of course, I wasn't about to leave you.
Well, from what I heard from Sir Volpez, you made a decision. You helped me rather than looking after your friends, and I know that's not an easy decision to make.
Oh, they're big enough and ugly enough to look after themselves.
I don't think it's even a decision for Gruff. He just does these things.
He's a knight.
I'm not Sir Errant. I'm an errant.
Knight errant.
Knight errant.
Certainly well on your way. Do you know your tasks that you need to accomplish to become a true knight?
Not my next ones, no. I need to go and meet a new contact either in Cascaris or Waves Meet.
Wave meet in the Suncrest Isles?
Yes.
Oh, well, I think after all the events of what you've just experienced, perhaps a little time on the coast in this glorious weather might be a nice balm for everything you've had to endure.
If you could do me a little favour when you get back and when you're rested and everything, you've come to see me, and
Yes?
maybe you could go check in with Dame Nora Kell and tell her.
Yes, at the Circle of Loyal Hounds, I know her. Yes, absolutely. Of course I will. Absolutely. No, I'll make sure that everything that you've done, I'll make sure that the Duke and Dame Cassandra and Nora Kell and they all know. I will make sure they all know what you've done for us. Not just for me, but for all of them that you rescued.
Thank you. That'll be a great help.
Of course. No, thank you for this, and thank you for your offer, Rowan, as well, of Rodri and your wagon. And
We're all
making a lot
thinking it.
easier. Yes.
Right?
Well, let me go and speak to the innkeeper. I think he'll be able to point me in the direction of a couple of strapping folk who can, help protect us on the way back, and maybe have some trade business. Maybe even need to do some trade in Ashen's Rest, and we can come to some sort of agreement.
Do you want a ruby
What?
to help with the trade?
Well, I suppose I actually don't have anything on me. I was going to sort of do a promissory note and say that I can get the money when we get to the bank and
Well,
things
we can
like.
lend you this for now, and then if you need it on the route, there you go.
I feel awful. Like that's such a generous. It would really help actually and I could do with some new clothes and things like that. Even just some simple garb, and that would be really kind. Thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, and he'll gladly take that ruby off you, and use that to purchase supplies and things that he needs. Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly,
some
if it's not
guards.
bronze, I'm not interested. So
He really isn't.
if you can get some bronze change.
Valessa will reach into her pouch and she pulls out a handful of 9 bronze coins. Well, I have. Are you sure this is?
Possibly.
But they're just bronze coins. It's just some loose change that I have.
With all due respect, there's a place you should come visit
Okay.
in Tyria's Rest,
Yes.
and you'll understand the value of a bronze coin.
Well, why don't I give you these as a thank you for what you've done, and you can show me this
You
special.
keep one of them.
I will keep one and save it.
Satchel.
He hasn't smiled that much in days.
We are
thinking about
just,
the shame.
we are just, I suppose, minutes away from him dealing with the.
Being reunited with his one true love.
Yeah.
Toad!
What does he love more, rocks or the clever toad?
Yeah, it's ultimately rocks. So, with this agreement...
I think it's time we use that stone to travel back.
First time.
First time. I'm sorry. I realise there's most of this complication is because of trouble, but you have to understand. He does this thing sometimes where he just like chirps at your ear. Ow, you little bastard!
His little forked tongue.
Cut that shit out right now.
Like wriggles down your arm.
Most
Goes.
delightful creature I have ever encountered.
We would never leave trouble, of course.
Of course not. Boro.
Borrow.
Not
Brian.
trouble. Not Brian. Certainly not
It's a better
Brian.
name.
It's never been Brian.
It's better though. I did
My cheek is
suggest it.
bleeding.
Got a little.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, there's scratches all over
His
me.
eyes
now.
just widened.
You've already had a drink today.
I know. Sorry, I just haven't had Xantheus as
All
well.
right, I think everyone just gather around.
Are you doing this like in the middle of Colville? Or are you going to go like out of
Someone's
town?
gonna jump in.
I'm Kodash!
I want to go to a big city, Pa!
Are we ready?
I guess we'll go outside of the town a little bit.
Yeah, you don't have to. I'm
a
asking you.
bit, though,
I'm asking
because-
you.
Oh, you want to make a
A
spectacle?
big spectacle, a big show of it.
Witness the power of, us as a collective. Stone,
If you want to do
Do
that.
you need to chant something or say anything to activate it?
Nope. I had a little sleepy with it, and now I know how it works. Instinctively.
Okay.
I've been using it as a pillow a few times.
Really?
It seems very
okay.
comfortable.
It's not. I thought it might be. It's not.
Wasn't.
Right, okay.
Anyway.
Center of town, you activate this thing. As Rowan, you hold this thing, and you have learnt to it. You've attuned yourself to this. You imagine that it's Big Brother back in Ashen's Rest, back in Tyria's Rest. The big stone
Big bro. What do you do?
with the
God. I can't wait.
engravings, and you focus on that energy. And very much like when you use your natural attunement, you can almost feel this connection that sort of runs through some unseen force, some ley line or some power that connects many of the living things and many of the places, the rocks, the rivers, the trees. You feel that power, and you all gathered around Rowan watch as the town is like gathered around you, and they all sort of begin to, in slow motion, like in amazement and awe, as they suddenly become still, as time freezes. But none of you do. You can still look around and everything else, but can't move from the spot. You find that you can look around, but you can't really move your bodies just yet. And you see a river of starlight weave through the air in the direction of Ashen's Rest. And from behind you, sailing this river, comes an enormous riverboat. Enormous. So large, larger than even Rowan. A rowboat for, like a riverboat for a giant. And the boat itself is made of the most intricately carved wood. It has a figurehead at the front of it of a howling wolf. And as you get closer, two enormous wolves, are sat in the sort of front of the riverboat and look and regard you. Their eyes, one pair is golden, the other pair is silvery white, and they both, all identical fur colorings except their eye color, and they're watching you as this boat pulls up on this river of stars next to you. An enormous awe sort of as you see a giant woman dressed in a big kind of like long coat, but you can see a suit of mail, a shield tucked to her side, long braided sort of hair down her back. Come. And she just gestures for you to enter into the boat. And your bodies suddenly become free and almost not of your own volition, you step inside the boat, still aware of what's happening as you step inside the boat and sit down. And then you feel the boat sort of join a river. And for Gruff, this is such an intricate feeling. This is just like you when you would set off just off the coast, and that gentle bobbing and sway as the boat takes you. And rapidly, Cauldra, the forest, races past you as if you were speeding at some terrible, great force. But the actual gentle rocking of the boat does not match the speed at which the landscape changes around you, as everything kind of turns to almost twilight. The woman that, as you glance behind you, you can see that rather than eyes, it's almost like two stars are her eyes, in place of where her eyes should be. And she just points, and you find yourselves right next to the garden in Tyria's Rest. We are here. Good luck. You step off the boat. She sails on. The river disappears, and then suddenly the world comes back into motion as you appear in an instant back in Tyria's Rest.
What the fuck? That was so cool.
That was dope as hell.
You had me at River of Stars, man. Like, that's cool.
Giants are cool, man. But yeah, as that whole process, you just travel all that distance, but almost feeling like it was instant. It feels both instantaneous and also like you were on that little riverboat for quite a while.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. But it felt like it was, but it wasn't.
Almost like lean forward after coming out of this immense speed and sort of grab Rowan's forearm, just like, were we on a boat?
That was the coolest thing we ever. We're going to do that every single time,
We're
right?
going to do that every single time.
Wait, that was
you all
real?
See that?
Yes, that was the power of.
How long
runic
were we
magic.
out there for?
You see that the rune is there's almost like a slight greenish glow to the stone, and that's faded now, as in, the use of it's been consumed for today.
Very cool. That's the coolest.
Who was the giant? Where was the boat? The wolves? Okay.
There's so much you don't know about the giants.
I wonder if they have a name. Do they have a name? Does she have a name? Do the wolves have names? Rowan, I have so many questions.
I need to know more about giant magic.
Would I know anything about this? Would it? Any symbology from my youth?
I'll say this: you can roll. I don't necessarily have names for everything, so roll for it. If you get a nat 20, I'm fucked. But let's see what you get.
I'm gonna faint.
Okay.
It's a 6. It's fine.
Did you spend a fate?
No.
Okay.
With so 8.
8. No. It's in all the stories. You the only thing you would really know. You know a little bit. And I think I've told you this before. The giants have their own faith and belief. They don't believe in the gods. They don't believe in me or Paris. They have the star people basically. They have Siaska, the star mother.
It was her.
And it's likely that the fairy woman or whoever she was, the river woman, was one of these figures, probably a figure associated with travel or something like that. Some sort of giant god, maybe, or like spiritual power, or maybe they're just, it's part of the spell. You have no idea. It's like, who knows?
I was obviously, I'm a half giant, Jotnir. So, and, giants, dragons, being in dragon's domain, we don't learn that much, but we sneak in information now and again. And that was probably one of the gods.
Oh, it was one of the Daisy. Did you hear that? It was one of the gods.
Or representation of.
Or you drew it, right? You drew all that? Please draw all that.
You want me to do right now?
While it's fresh in your memory, that was. I don't want to forget that.
With the stars for the eyes.
The stars for the eyes.
God in a rock. Can I?
Yes.
God in a rock.
It's a god in a rock.
Send,
Rock god.
rock god.
It's God.
Can I send all of the images of that into Nim's mind?
Well, Nim was present. Like,
Well, yeah.
Nim was,
but Nim
absolutely.
sometimes doesn't
Yeah.
always
Pay attention.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So,
yeah.
and then I'll remember it. It's fine.
Hell yeah. Whatever the equivalent of that is.
That was the smoothest boat ride I've ever experienced.
Considering how far we went in such a short time,
Fair waters.
very pleasant.
You're right, it does look like the same time of day as well.
You, as you're all having this conversation, you're all stood out in the garden, sort of on the boundary of Gruff's weird perpetual winter realm that he has going on in the half of the garden. You're in the other half of the garden. It is hot, like it is warm. But it's summer, you're in Cauldra. There's definitely this is like a warm summer's day.
Season festival.
You're having this conversation and then you hear the back door open and little Teresa comes running out. She now is wearing a black robe. And you can see that it has the symbol of the Grave Father on it, like a little embroidered symbol of it. And she's got Ophelia's book tucked under her arm. And she's made a little bone necklace and things like that. She is in full follower mode. And I think that she's done she hasn't copied your red thing, but she has red lines down her eyes.
Oh my girl!
And she's like, Sister Ophelia, you've returned.
Teresa, you look amazing.
Hello, thank you so much. We can get into that. There's while you've been away,
what is it?
What's happened?
Is it a problem?
well, I wouldn't say a problem, but I have had to be quite well, you should probably see.
Okay, all right.
It's so good that you came in. No, Stuart's
Stuart?
fine. Stuart's fine. He's just upstairs. I fed him. He's having a little nap. But no, if you just follow me, actually, it's good that you
all
came
right.
in. How did you get here and not come? Is this the stone?
Rock god.
Good. You do remember saying yes. If you just follow me, and she leads you in and takes you to the front door, where you can see groups of people are waiting, and they're looking in. The thing is because you're quite famous now in Ashen's Rest and everywhere else, and because we have the sign and it looks like a tavern, people keep thinking it's a tavern. And there's no beer, I have nothing, there's no people that work here, and they keep coming by hoping that they're going to see the heroes of Ashen's Rest and come to their pub, and there's just nothing I can do.
So the groups out there are tourists? Or?
They're people that want to come to the pub, and I don't know what to tell them. I keep saying, well, they might be back tomorrow, I don't know. They come by every day, but I don't have anything to sell them. I did tell them to go to a latte fun, and I think May's been doing wonderful business, but they want to come and drink here, and I could help them.
We should really start to stop the problem.
You sort of really established yourselves, and then it looks like a tavern from the outside.
Well, that's because it used to be.
Right.
But we didn't technically announce that it was.
No, that's the thing. No, but then people just started turning up.
Did at any point we consider a closed sign?
No, I don't think we did. No.
I've made a temporary one. It's
never
you can see that there's a piece of parchment that's just in the wind, the door frame, and it's
Hero's
just
gone.
Hero's gone, closed, not open. And she's put that up. But yeah, there is definitely an element here of oh cool, the heroes of Ashen's Rest own a tavern. Let's go there. Oh, it's not open.
Well, I can sort out the travellers and get them moving on. Should we go find somewhere to get some drinks and things and I don't know.
Might be queues now at a latte fun.
Okay, well, I have an idea.
Huh?
I'm going to open the door.
You open the door and you see a few people. It's him! It's Xantheus Oregon! One of the heroes of Ashen's Rest! It's open!
That's right, the heroes of Ashen's Rest and of
He's the guy in the paper!
Oh! He's not there in the paper!
We're all here to...
That's Sister Ophelia! One of the heroes of Ashen's Rest!
That's right, Sister Ophelia and Rowan and Gruffith of Trevor and
There's cheers. It's like 6 or 7 people, and most of them are quite young, but they're really excited that you're here. And they're like, is the tavern open? Can we come in? We want a drink.
So we have just returned from a very long adventure.
Another adventure!
But with greatest apologies, I have to say the tavern is very much closed right now. It does not offer drinks. Fuck you. No, I don't say that.
Can I ask Teresa?
Tom, if you really ramp up.
Can I ask Teresa if the paper with Xantheus in it has?
Yeah, she's like, yes, I've got a copy here. This would be it's the Clarion, so it wouldn't be on the front page, but because the front page is
spread.
Well, it's the front page is lots of teaser articles. The front page is Duke attacked demonic city invasion. Follows on where is the Duke's mage son now? Blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. But one of these smaller headlines on the front page is it would say something. I think it's going to be something the latest fashion star hero, gold, like something like, Xantheus Oregon, like Golden Dragon Ball. And when you've turned to the appropriate pages, like, see page 9 for details or for story. And there is an illustrated sort of hand-drawn of Xantheus just in his normal clothes in the Temple of the Rose, with and it's all decorated with flowers around him, like star of the festival, of Tyria's festival. Xantheus Oregon, a heroic adventurer from Ashen's Rest, wowed the crowds during the festival of Typhine.
To the crowd.
Is this hot new look peasant chic? Question mark. Because you were wearing you were wearing your nicer outfit, right?
It was, yeah.
So it'd be like a brand new fashion trend? Question mark. Mixture of Gildeye and Cauldron fashions combine. This would this would single-handedly have stopped the Oriat insurrection. It's like a really clickbaity kind of title.
Gold.
Yeah, all the perfect. That's probably the headline. All that glitters is gold. Dragonborn's hero, his new fashion star.
You're very public now, Xantheus.
Yeah, like to the group of people outside, I'd be like, I have not seen this print. They have captured me perfectly. I'll turn around to everyone. They've captured me perfectly.
Teresa chases after Sister Ophelia. There would be maybe a sober moment where, like, as you go to the shrine, Teresa would be like, Sister Ophelia, where's Percival?
Percival, he fought very bravely and he protected all of us from the vault. He didn't.
By the Great Father, no.
We lost him. Oh. But I have this heart. His soul remains inside. If we can find a way to transplant the heart back into another skeleton, we could bring him back.
Oh, well, praise the Grave Father.
Praise the Grave Father.
Cut to Teresa digging up a grave in the middle of the night for Ophelia. Just like, must do anything Ophelia says!
What a great idea. Thank you, Kate. You need to stop saying these things out loud because they're great ideas. But yeah, no.
I was expecting Ophelia to step.
You would
skeleton.
I need a skeleton.
You would
Teresa.
get updated that the attendees who came to your last sermon have been coming back. And Teresa, I've been hosting sort of little gatherings. Well, I didn't want to intrude on your teachings, and we all have still so many questions, but they're all very eager and excited.
Amazing. Thank you.
Yes, and now that you're back, I'll send word that you're back, and if they want to come and speak with you, they should.
Oh yes, I've been up to many things. I have so much to tell you about what we've been up to add to the book.
Thank you.
Of
I'm
course,
so glad.
yes.
And I've been reading all of your teachings and everything you've written, and I've even done a little bit of my own research in the library here and things like that. And I want to say thank you. I feel like I have a new lease on life. I feel like I'm living for the second time. I was so unhappy as an engineer, and I was always being overlooked and overshadowed, but in the Grey Father's presence, I feel like I can be something.
Of course you can. You can be anything as long as it brings you joy. And I'll just take her hands.
Yeah, and she'll take yours and just be like, "Thank you so much." And she's looking up because she's only a little gnome, and she looks up at you with these big wide, and she's like a full. Yeah. She's in, right? she is committed.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, and yeah, she's basically like your second. So in this time, by the way, Teresa has become an acolyte NPC, so she has a very small amount of spell casting now. So she can cast 2 first-level spells a day, and she has a few cantrips now. But it means that, like, if you desperately needed, like, she can cure wounds, or, like, she can cast, like, cleric spells, basically, now.
Sweet.
But in that time, she's been dedicating herself and praying, and with your teaching, she will now begin to develop those magic spells. So
Amazing.
yeah.
Well, Teresa, we have so much work to do.
Yes, of course, yes.
Bring Percival back.
Not too much work, though.
Not too much, no, not too much work.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Very good,
Yes.
very good.
We have to balance work with life and living.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, speaking of, I don't know if you'd be interested, but I found out that the Duke, actually up in the Ducal Palace, they host host dance lessons. I want to start going to those.
I can gladly take you along. We can go together. I've missed dancing so much.
How exciting. And I've always wanted to learn, and I feel like this is a good way of honouring the Greyfather by doing something I've always wanted to do. So.
Amazing. Yes, we'll go together. I must get a new outfit. I'm such a mess. Oh my goodness, there's so much to do. I need to do my hair, I need to learn how to do my own hair while Percival is away. There's just so much to do.
Yeah. And with that, Teresa will help you start preparing for all of these things as you do. There is also one other thing, Daisy, as the crowd, Xantheus is kind of cajoling the crowds and they're sort of begin to filter off. They want to come back when everything's opened.
I think that man over there is wearing my outfit.
There's definitely the sash has become a new thing. That's a lot of people are wearing the sash. You've been a little trendsetter.
Looking at a hall of mirrors.
Haircuts.
They're all they all look like they're from Nix and Mist's Taylor as well.
Nice.
Daisy, as you're sort of rummaging around and you go and check on Stuart, you notice that actually there's a few letters and pieces of mail that Teresa has left on the bar of the tavern that you've received while you've been away. You've been away for a good while now, and you notice that one of them is a colourfully painted card, like a postcard, but it's looks like it's been handmade and then sent off via a courier, and it immediately grabs your attention because it is of a beautiful sunny beach, coastal area. It's on a beautiful kind of waterfront, and it has a figure sat there with a drink, and it is of a particular tiefling. She is wearing a very revealing bikini and is holding up a drink, and it just says, "Wish you were here," and then on the back it's just signed your good friend Kay with a big kiss, and then it's just
Charlatan!
And for those interested, it is postmarked Wave Meet.
Yeah, of course.
Of course it is. If there is, does anybody else wish to do anything whilst you are once you have just arrived?
I would like to go to shrine, please.
The shrine. The Gravefather Shrine?
No, my shrine.
Oh, the sanctuary. You have to call it the sanctuary because the
Sorry.
shrine is Ophelia's thing. You go to the sanctuary, yes. As soon as you step into that sort of zone of frigid air, relief from that cauldron heat.
This is nice.
Yeah. Maybe not thick snow, it's a much, there's no snow on the ground, but it has that cold, the grass is still showing through, but it's got that cold breeze.
Air conditioning.
Yeah. It's like Ice Heart in summer, basically. So it's cold, but no thick snows and stuff like that. Yeah. What would you like to do then?
After having a moment to sit, I imagine he slipped out as soon as he saw the shenanigans at the front door. He's like, "Bugger this, I'm out."
Daisy wouldn't have stepped foot outside the door either, by the way.
And yeah, so he'll slip in, take a moment to just have a moment to himself, and then he will call upon Sir Leo.
Sort of manifesting from mist and ice and air. You see this figure of a hare appear. Their fur is now a little bit thicker and whiter as he, and then he sort of shivers, and then you see this white, thick hair kind of. He's like, "Oh, that's better." Sir Gruff, hello. Oh, is this your place then? Is it?
Oh yes, it is. So we're now in Ashton's Rest, but this is my little sanctuary.
Oh right, I see. Well, I don't know what an Ashen Rest is, but this is lovely. Would you mind if I just and he starts digging and you can see very quickly he burrows in, and it looks like he's in the process of making a little warren basically for himself. And then he sort of pops his head back up. He's like, "Oh yes, I can definitely feel myself at home here."
Good.
Yes.
Make yourself more than comfortable.
Oh, I certainly will, sir. And if you need me, I'll be out here. But if you're out and about on your adventures and you need my help, you should be able to call on me. I can't render too much assistance, but I'll do what I can. Might need some time for my essence to sort of reform once I've been summoned. But also, as my good lady and lord said, my magic will sort of carry with you now. As long as I'm here, as long as you're bound to this place and I'm bound to this place, a little bit of me will always be with you, sir.
That's very comforting.
Yes, well, my pleasure, sir. My pleasure, absolutely. As long as the other one doesn't try and eat me, sir.
Oh, don't worry about her. She's,
Is it Sister Ophelia, wasn't it?
Sister Ophelia did
Oh,
a
yes.
lot of the household.
Terribly frightening.
Once you get to know her, she's a real sweetheart.
Oh, yes, but it's like my lady said, bit of a shame that she does bat for the old bone lord.
It is a a tad blasphemous, yes, but
He's not wrong.
Just sad to see somebody so full of life and joy and happiness serving.
That was just so out of...
What? The Bone Lord?
For the
Yeah.
Bone Lord.
Bat for the Bone Lord, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that a t-shirt.
I bat for the Bone Lord. That's actually get on.
No!
Yeah, I want that shirt. I want that shirt.
Immortal, bat for the Bone Lord.
If you want the Bat for the Bone Lord shirt, put it in the comments and chat and Discord. Ree, you have to design it.
Rejected.
Ree's gonna
Like a
design
baseball
it.
tee kind of thing.
Yeah, the baseball team.
yeah.
A black and red baseball tee
Those are my colours
with a
then.
skull, like.
Yes.
That colorway is not available on...
But yes, Leo will say, yes, it's a terrible shame. You know, it's somebody so full of joy and life and beauty and loves, all these things. And to be in his gloomy skeletal fingers. Ooh.
Well,
There's an element of Hugh Laurie to him.
I was getting a little like
There's
Bill
a little
Nye
bit
as
of,
well.
yeah. Oh, Bill Nye.
I was getting a little bit of that
Oh,
for
okay.
some reason.
Bill Nye. Yeah.
well,
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Maybe not that one.
it's what makes her happy and, gives her purpose in life and
You would know better than I, sir. Not my place to say.
it's
But he did.
It's an interesting
Loudly.
it's an interesting belief.
It certainly is that, sir. Yes, you're quite right. Certainly interesting. Not like the old Feywheel, sir. Oh, lovely time there. Lovely. Miss it. But this place is all right. It's not too bad. It reminds me a little bit of the Feywheel.
I don't suppose you know of the Feywield. You know, I'm not really sure of my magics, to be honest. Like, it's not something that comes. Well,
I might be able to help you with that, sir.
yeah. So I have a companion, an ice diver called Seren.
Oh, sounds lovely. Love to meet them, sir.
Well, that's the thing. I used to be able to summon them. Unfortunately, in that vault, Seren was torn to shreds.
Now, you say you used to be able to summon them, sir. So this wasn't a living beast. This was a creature you summoned here.
I don't really understand it, if I'm honest.
Oh, so, well, allow me to sort of offer you a bit of education there, sir. No, it sounds like to me that you summoned a sort of companion spirit. Not the actual. So this is based on a living creature
Oh, yes.
that
I
you
don't
knew very well.
actually, yeah.
I imagine what you've done there, Sarah, is you've created a sort of spiritual echo or version of them. Very dear to you and very, very much a real creature.
Very real to me.
Oh, yes, they'll be like me, sir. Sort of real, but a fey version of a fey spirit. But still very much connected to you and may even be the very real bird, but just transformed into a new form.
Okay.
But what that means, sir, is, it's like me. I can't die.
Oh, that's good to know.
I can be destroyed. It's rather unpleasant, but I come back.
I love this, though.
So when you offered yourself...
Great.
Never mind. That's a conversation for another.
Oh, yes, no, I would have come back after that, sir, yes.
Right.
Well, I think my lady was making a bit of a point, sir.
Right. No, yes, Right.
But I don't think I would have been much... I don't think I'd actually be much sustenance for Sister Ophelia, I'll be honest. But I don't even know if I have blood. I guess maybe I have blood, but I don't know if it's any good.
Maybe let's not experiment with that. And
Well, that sounds very wise to me, sir. Oh, such a wise sir.
Yes. I must admit, now that I'm here, I can feel something, like some connection.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, I know that, I've worked with some mortal druids and elven spirit summoners and things like that before. I think I remember a few bits and pieces of rituals and things like that. Would you like me to help you, sir?
Absolutely. That
Oh, absolutely. Well, I've not got any opposable thumbs or hands, so you'll have to do some of the tricky bits, but I can talk you through it.
I don't really have it either. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and he'll sort of go over this sort of ancient elven ritual. Involves sort of like planting runes, drawing runes down, burning some incense, and generally sort of creating the ritual as you cast Find Familiar. Ritual cast Find Familiar. And you would hear like the kind of call, like the whistling call of an ice diver, as very much like Leo, kind of manifesting from the mist and the steam of the little geothermal spring. From that essence, Seren reforms, just glances around as if nothing's wrong, flies and lands on your shoulder. Gruff.
Oh, Seren, It is so good to see you again.
Yes, good to see you. Like, nuzzles her head up against you.
Now this feels like home.
Home. Cold. Nice.
And yeah, I think.
And then she comes off and dives into the pool and starts just like washing, like you know, Seren would, like if she was, you know, back in Ice Heart, basically, and just begins acting. Oh, well, that's a lovely sight. Hello there, Seren. I'm Leo. Nice to meet you. Good to be here. Oh, pleasure. I'm gonna go finish my warren now, if you don't mind, sir. Is that all right?
Off you pop. Your help has been most valuable.
Boing boing. Starts digging down into
Get
the
some
ground.
snow kicked at my
Yeah.
face. Like,
Yeah.
Nice.
And then, yeah. So Leo is now bound. Mechanically, I'm going to tinker with this a little bit, but it's basically going to be you can summon Leo in a sort of once a week kind of heroic long rest kind of style, and he will appear as a spirit creature. He is not a combat creature, but he may be able to provide support and utility. But there is also a passive benefit for you, which is, and I know you're very keen on Dragoon jumping, I'm going to, I'll come up with the exact details, but you are basically going to get a sort of leap action. So instead of moving normally, it will probably be heavily reduced. It might be like 15 feet or something like that, but you can choose to just jump instead of a normal move. So you can jump up and then come down or whatever. Whether or not that will boost your attacks, maybe not yet, but as you level up things, maybe as you get more spirits and things like that, that can be something. But for now, you'll get like a powerful leap, which I think is very fitting for a hare. It was either that or I was going to give you extra movement speed, but I think the leap is cooler. Because I think we've already got some nippy people as well. Yeah, I know that. So there you go. That's going to be that. I will sort that out as a mechanical thing for next time.
Hell yeah.
nice.
Very last thing, any last bits and pieces?
I haven't got much for now.
Oh, God. I just see his little face.
Oh, you know what it is. You know what it's time for.
I've just been gripping the clever toad.
Just holding onto the machine. Put his whole face up against the glass.
He's not heard anything. Anyone is a package.
Baggage. It's one of my favourite memes, that. Just the lady with the nose. Toad.
And honestly, I think it could probably end.
That's it. Ends there. There's no, or like it ends with the coin going in, and maybe we just hear a
And all is right
and
in
all
the
is
world.
right in the world. Yeah. And with that, we'll bring today's episode to an end.
Hell yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice. A lovely little, quite RP one. Lots of lore, lots of
Yeah.
info.
Great
A
stuff.
lot of cool shit.
I don't know half the episode. What happened?
Yeah, that's true. We weren't around for most of it.
That's true.
Does that mean we pay you half?
Wow.
No. Because I get paid half for last episode as well.
I'd say you missed out on like a fifth.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You missed out on the
I can't wait for it to
best
come
part. No,
out though in future episodes.
Don't check the Discord for a while.
I'm not gonna.
Don't check the spoilers
Yeah,
Discord.
that's true, actually.
Gonna be tough.
That was the thing. Like after we had to do that with you, when we had to
haven't,
step
yeah.
outside, I was like, I can't go near that Discord
Yeah,
at
yeah,
all. Like I need to let it pass.
High Rollers Discord. Great place to go and chat about the game.
There is a specific place for spoiler
Yes.
chats. You will not be spoiled immediately if
Yes.
you go there.
You have, and if you're going to talk about the most recent episodes, you have to do it in there. So.
Yes.
With that, thank you very much for joining us, everybody. That is going to be it for today's episode.
Wow. What?
Do we fade in and out?
You say goodbye. That's how.
Bye.
Bye.